All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Louisa Lions football. I'm Tommy Nelson, Dickie Purcell, Byron Melhalf, the three amigos here tonight. And already had excitement on the way, as usual, something occurring on 64, and you come up, and so the game is delayed start by about 15 minutes, and but this crowd is fired up, Dickie.
Yeah, I hear some talk. Tommy has said, I think it's been 5 years since Western beat Louisa. I hear some talk saying, we're going to get them tonight. I'm going to tell you, it is a huge crowd at this football game. Western has got all kinds of people here, and Louisa looks like they're fast filling the stands on the other side. And you know why, because this is number 1 against number 2 in Central Virginia. Western's number 1, Louisa's number 2. Western got 5 first-place floats. Louisa got 3. It's really close, and this is going to be one whale of a football game tonight.
Byron, it's probably going to come down to defense here because Nathan Simon, he's got a great arm. Landell Wilson, he's got a great arm. So I say you're looking at 2 quarterbacks that can run things.
Absolutely, and I told Dickie earlier, I think one of the big keys to the game tonight is what the offenses are able to do on first downs, okay? Meaning that if Louisa, for instance, they have the ball, if they pick up 1 or 2 yards or lose yardage, they get behind the chains, as the saying goes, that's going to make it tough. So I think it's key for Louisa particularly to have positive yards on first down. And on the flip side, you're right, Tommy, they're going to have to play some defense because Western's a dangerous offensive football team.
Yeah, and we look at the fact that the Western has got a couple of tall receivers. They got a great quarterback too, and that's hurt Louisa in a couple games this year.
Yeah, but I think the key to this ball game is for Western is number 24, Caton Morrow. He ran the ball really well last week against Albemarle. I think that's the guy Louisa is going to have to shut down. And Dakota Howell has had some big games for Western as well. And Western surprisingly didn't throw the ball a whole lot last week, but when they do throw it, I think Birch is the guy that they're going to probably be looking to throw it to.
Yeah, he's one of their leaders, and he was actually the player to watch on the Daily Progress this week, too. You look at Louisa's defense, 3 of their games, they have not allowed a point, 4 if you count the forfeit, too. 2 games, the defense gave up under 75 yards total, 3 if you count the forfeit in that. So that's the thing. I don't think the defense has played as good as usual, but you look at stats and they're there.
Well, Tommy, and you know, I'm one of those guys that I like to look at stats, and you can prove or disprove about anything you want to with a stat, but the bottom line is Louisa's playing a different cat tonight.
Yes.
And this is an offensive football team that can put some points on the board. And I think, with the exception of King George, this certainly will be Louisa's biggest challenge defensively.
And I think last week's game, Louisa did something that they need to do tonight probably, and that is time of possession. They had almost 30 minutes compared to 18 minutes for Orange last week.
Oh, yeah, time of possession would be huge. If Louisa could do that tonight, Louisa will be in good shape. But this Western defense is really good. They only average giving up 9 points a game. And the other thing is Western's played a tougher schedule than Louisa. No question about that. They beat a really good Albemarle team 21-20 last Friday night. And I will agree, Albemarle made some mistakes that cost them a football game. But Western is a really sound, well-coached football team.
Yeah, on the offensive side, Louisa averages 7.26 yards per play, whereas the opponents so far have been 3.81 yards per play. But as you say, a different dog with the Warrior here tonight because they're putting points on the board. They're doing stats. They've got rushing and passing, and they've got, as always, a good kicker up here again, too. But that's one thing. Louisa's had 2 40-yard field goals this year.
Yeah, Louisa's got a kicker that can make some long field goals. That could come into play in this ball game.
And I'm going to be curious, Tommy, when Louisa has the football, and I know they're going to want to establish the running game as early as they can, but I'm also thinking that Louisa is possibly, let's say it that way, going to have to throw the ball some on first down. There's obviously that blade's got two sides to it, because if it's an incomplete pass, now you're looking at 2nd and 10. But I do think Louisa's going to have to mix it up and throw the ball some on first down to keep the Western Albemarle defense honest.
And I think Chase Miller is almost 100% again. And last year he was Wilson's favorite target. So far this year he's only got, something like I think it's 3 catches. Tonight I look for him to almost double that.
Yeah, he's a quality football player, and I think if Brandon Wilson can get the ball anywhere near him, he's got a good chance to pull it in.
And Dickie, Jordan Smith, if he can get outside near that sideline, something about that sideline makes him go fast.
I tell you, Jordan Smith's got his fan club here.
He does?
I talked to JJ, I talked to his dad, I talked to his brother, and big brother Brandon is down here from Penn State for this ball game tonight. So he's got a real fan club over there tonight, Jordan Smith does.
All right, sounds great. And you talk about the rankings right now, which, as Coach Patrick said the other night, he said rankings don't mean anything to that last week. But right now, Louisa is in 6th. They would have to play Salem if that was the case right now. But one big game down in the Piedmont District tonight is the fact of George Washington is playing Halifax County, and both of them are ahead of Louisa in the standings right now. So one of them is going to drop below them.
Right.
And I say the other games that are coming up in the next few weeks, Louisa gets their bye week finally next week.
Right. And then they come back and play Albemarle.
At Albemarle, and then have to go on the road down to Goochland, take on the Bulldogs in another county rivalry.
Yeah, and one thing about the Albemarle game, I know it's 2 weeks away, but Ebenezer McCarthy is an outstanding running back for Albemarle. He's been hurt. Hasn't played the last 2 weeks. I understand he's got a bone spur from what I was told. If he comes back in 2 weeks, he's going to make even a more difference on that Albemarle football team, because he's an outstanding running back.
All right.
And Dickie, you and I talked about this earlier in the week, and I think we're both in agreement that if you look at Louisa's schedule, the way
Yes.
it turned out, you can really almost say they play 2 seasons, and they're getting
Yes.
ready tonight in about 15 minutes to start the season that really counts for them.
I couldn't agree with you more, Byron. This schedule is really quirky to have to play the 3 toughest teams other than King George, to play all of them 3 consecutive weeks and play the easiest teams, at the first of the season, and no mixture in there at all. It's really a quirky schedule, but you're right. This is Louisa's 2nd season. We're going to find out just how good this Louisa football team is tonight.
And one thing he did last week, Dickie, I think, since I wasn't there, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is in that second half, he got a lot of guys some playing time to rest those starters.
Yeah, yes, he did that, no doubt about that. And one thing that I'll say already that's a different atmosphere, I mean, how many times do you see a high school football team come out on the field and get booed at the start of the ball game? And that's just what we've witnessed up here in Crozet tonight.
Maybe if their name or the booze, right? All right, Western, they got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're 6-0 right now. Louisa's 6-1 coming into this game, and battle-tested. Both teams, as you say, I think Western's a little more battle-tested than Louisa. King George wasn't on Louisa's original schedule even. Massaponack was.
Right.
They got to play King George, but King George is highly ranked in their area.
Number 2 in the Richmond area, and Dinwiddie's number 1.
Yep. All right. We're ready for some football to get started. Just a little late. There was some work going on 64. There was an accident, we understand, somewhere on 64. Some people took the back roads. We stayed the course and got here in good shape. We're cross-country walking to the car after.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was fine walking down here through the woods. It's going to be a little dark going back.
Yep.
The Western Albemarle family lost a member of the Warrior student body and our cheer team. At this time, we would ask you to stand and to join us in a brief moment of silence in memory of Elisa Farkas. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as the Western Albemarle Choir sings our national anthem.
Western Albemarle Choir doing the national anthem here. And we're getting ready for some football coming on. The Lions and the Warriors. And what should be one heck of a game.
That's not going to solve our problem. That one would move some that way.
All right.
Yep.
Captains will be meeting at the middle of the field, 50-yard line. There'll be the coin toss, and we'll see who will have the ball first. There was some speculation coming into the night because one of the Western Albemarle running backs was ejected from the game last week, and I understand he appealed the decision, but haven't been able to see whether Bubba Shiflett is dressed or not for this game. All right. Here goes the flip. Yep, he's out there. He's one of the captains in the 50-yard line. Isn't it?
No,
that's 28. That's 28.
That's not 21.
Yeah,
and I'm looking, and I don't see 21 down there anywhere. But he might be there, but I don't see him.
Yep.
I mean, he's dressed. 21 is dressed. I see him.
Okay.
21 is far down here to the right, Tommy. Standing there in uniform is number 21.
Yep, there he is.
He's dressed.
Yep. He's got pads on, so that would mean that
you would think he's going to play. Right.
He's fully dressed.
Yes, yes. He's a good football player. He's a junior, 5'4", 152, and I think he's the brother of the other two Shiflets that played a few years ago that were really good for Western Albemarle.
All right.
All right, so I believe Western's going to be receiving the opening kickoff here.
All right, here we go.
Friday Night Lights.
And this is the biggie, Tommy. This is the biggie, and this crowd here tonight is showing you it's the biggie because Louisa is just about packed the other side. All kinds of fans on the western side, a huge student section, and a big Central Virginia football game tonight.
And fellas, we thought last year with the pandemic, the spring season, as they called it, the winter-spring season, was something. Well, actually, you think about this season that we're talking about all those home games to begin with. We're talking about having to replace people on the schedule. And then we've had one game that got started late because with King George, we got a game started on a Saturday last week because of things that went on. Now we got a game starting 15 minutes late tonight, so who knows what'll happen.
That's right, and we've had some crazy things happen when we went to Crozet, too.
Yep. Back deep. It looks like Caden Morrow is one of the men. And let's see who the other one is over there. That's
all right, the Warriors decked out in their all blue uniforms. The Lions are in their white white jerseys and dark green pants, dark green helmets. We are set for the kickoff here.
All right. Lundy going to kick it high and short.
Out of bounds.
And it's going to go out of bounds. They'll get it at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Western Albemarle Warriors.
I think he's going to get it on the 40. They're going to get it where it went out of bounds because that's why they got it. They got the ball. Nope, they're going to get a 5-yard penalty from where it went out of bounds to get the ball on the 45-yard line. I'm sorry,
30.
Tommy. 35.
Yep.
You're right, 35.
1st and 10. Nathan Simon, who last year impressed us immensely
Yes,
with
he
his
did.
ability as quarterback. And he is a sophomore this year. Now they're going to mark it in the middle.
All right. Should be Dakota Howell and Morrow in the backfield behind Simon.
He's got one set back there
Yep.
with him right now. He's going to throw on the first thing. He throws it low in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Dakota Howell.
Yep, number 31, Dakota Howell, intended receiver, incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Western Warriors. A beautiful fall night for football, Tommy, and look up above and see the moon over the field here at Western Albemarle tonight.
Usually is a harvest moon when we come up here.
Yeah.
All right, got trips to the left side this time. Two big, tall wide receivers and a tight end. He's under center, going to hand it to the back coming through, and he's going to get maybe a yard or two, and that's it.
And I would say that was Morrow, Tommy. 24 is the back that really hurt Albemarle last week.
Nice job by Louisa's defense right in the middle of their defensive line that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 9.
Interesting formation there, though, Byron, with the fact those two tall wide receivers and the tight end over here on the left.
Yeah, and, you know, Tommy, these coaches are no dummies. They set these offensive formations, and they're setting things up. So I feel certain we will see that offensive formation again.
Yeah, got trips to the left this time. Going to throw a quick pass to the outside. Got his man for a 1st down.
I think that was Dakota Howell again,
Pick
Tommy.
up about 14 yards on the play. 1st and 10.
Nope, Joey Birch, Tommy. The other guy that we thought would be a problem for Louisa, Joe Birch was the receiver of that pass. He's a 6'3", 182-pound senior.
1st and 10.
That's a big 3rd down conversion for the Warriors, a big 3rd down conversion.
Hit him right at the yard line, then his forward progress carried him 4 more yards up. Then Louisa territory, well, right at Louisa territory on the 49-yard line of Western. 1st and 10 gives it to the first back coming through, and he gets nowhere.
And that time, Western ran what I saw them run a lot last week against Albemarle. They ran the quarterback on the center and ran the I formation. You don't see much of the I formation anymore.
And that was Morrow again, and he got a yard.
A lot of plays you'll see Western run under center, at least that's what they did last week.
And we've seen that quite a bit this year.
So you can outrun every play under center. Now Western's going back to the, let's see, going back to the spread this time.
All right, we got a whistle here. And
they got a lot of confusion out there.
Going on. Ball is just over the midfield stripe, just into the Louisa territory. Western's opening possession of the ball game.
Some reason they're letting them go back into the...
Well, we got a malfunction on the scoreboard. Now they got it fixed.
All right, yeah, the play clock must not have been working.
All right, so we're going to have a 2nd down and about 9, 8.5, 9 yards to go for Western. Here they are lined up over the ball.
Rolling right, throwing to the side down there, and it's caught for another 1st down. Looks like they got 9 when they needed 8. And Birch with the catch again.
Yeah, Birch is the guy he likes to throw to. And that was complete to Birch again. Down to the Louisa 39.
He's done that quick pass to the right both times there.
Yeah, he's just taking a very quick set and he's letting it go. So it's definitely a timing thing. He's not holding the ball very long at all before it comes out of his hand.
Here he is this time. Dropping back, throwing to his left side.
Intercepted!
Yep.
Intercepted by Louisa.
Yep.
The guy that intercepted was number 11 for Louisa, Malik Huntington, and that was a big defensive play for the Lions.
And that time, the Western QB tried to throw back to his left side for the first time on a little bit of a slant pattern. And Louisa's defensive back jumped the route. Great defensive play. Big defensive turnover for the Louisa Lions.
Yep.
They're taking over on their own 31.
Yep. I'm going to call it the 32, and we're going to go 1st and 10. Here comes the Lions offense to the field. Wilson will have Smith in the backfield with him, looks like this time. Going to block him back up in front. Going to give it to Smith. Smith cuts it outside.
Turn
Smith
the
at the
corner.
35, 40, 45, still on his feet, 50, 45, 35, 25, 10, 5, touchdown. And I do not see any hankies.
I don't see any. 68-yard touchdown for Jordan Smith. Wait a minute, we got a flag. We got a flag.
Wait, just wait, guys.
We got a flag.
There's a flag.
It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Sure, a long time before they do that flag.
All right, it's coming back. Well,
They're talking it over.
let's see what's going to happen. Weston's walking down toward the end zone like it might be a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it might have been on Western.
Let's see what we got.
Pushing
Nope.
it back by Louisa.
Against Louisa.
Yeah, but it's from the spot of the foul.
Right. It's from the spot of
It's
the
gonna be a
foul,
first down,
which Louisa's going to get a first down on the Western 20-yard line.
Yeah.
So Smith will get 48 yards, Tommy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's very interesting because that flag was way back almost where the play started. So, but a good positive play for the Lions. There's a sweep to the left-hand side, and he's stacked up for a loss by Western's D.
Jordan Smith, the ball carrier for Louisa. The
So
Warriors are waiting for him.
He'll get 38 yards on that run, Dick.
48.
48 on the run. Okay. Now he's going to end up no gain on that play.
Second down and 10.
Very odd about the flag. No instant replay available for us.
Well, they just put the ball down on that yard line. They never stepped the penalty off anything.
Yeah. So there we go. Wilson's going to keep it. Wilson up the middle. Wilson's got 5. He's inside the 10. Still on his feet to the outside, down around the 4-yard line.
And we got an injured player out there.
That was a good strong run by Wilson, and there is a Louisa.
Yeah, is an injured player for Louisa. He got that offensive line got a good block. All right, they're tending to the injured ball player. And let's see. We can't. All right.
Kind of hard to see who the player is
Yes,
at
it
this
is.
point, and we don't want to tell you anything that's incorrect.
He's getting up, so that's a good sign. It's Chase Miller. It's 2.
Wide receiver.
Chase Miller is the guy. And he's getting up and walking off the field, so hopefully he's okay.
Let's hope he's all right because we were talking about him
Right.
earlier. I mean, he's just getting back to what we thought was full strength and felt like he could be a factor in this ball game. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope he's okay.
And I tell you what, Wilson just kept going on that play. He was stopped after about a 4-yard gain, and he ended up getting 16 yards out of that play.
All right, the ball's on at 4, Tommy.
Yep.
First and goal from 4.
All right, Wilson, empty backfield. He's going to keep it head up in the middle, and Wilson.
He's in. He should be in.
In for the
Touchdown,
touchdown.
Louisa. Touchdown. 4-yard run for Wilson.
4-play, 68-yard TD for the Louisa Lions. Comes with 7:31 to go here in the first quarter.
And Byron, as you well know from your trip to Harrisonburg, you know how big these kicks can be. And these extra points might be huge tonight. Last week's ball game was decided that way when Albemarle lost to Western 21-20.
All right, Lundy puts it through, and it is good.
All right.
So Louisa 7, Western Albemarle nothing. 7:31 to go, first quarter.
That's a very great.
And I will openly admit to the two of you that I am surprised at what has gone on in this game so far. What I'm surprised at is that Louisa was able to move the ball 68 yards in a very limited number of plays, 4 to be exact, all on the ground.
Yeah.
And the other thing that makes that even more surprising, they just scored a touchdown against a team that's averaging giving up 9 points a game.
I tell you what, Smith looked like he was stopped after about an 8 to 10 yard gain, and he ended up getting down what would have been a touchdown, but they brought it back. So we gave him 48 yards. Wilson on that 16-yard run before that looked like he was stopped after 4 to 6 yards. He kept motoring, got it down to the 4-yard line, then carried it in on the next play.
And I think that this is going to be one of these games tonight where, like the first game or two of the season, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Landon Wilson doesn't end this game up with anywhere between 15 and 18 carries of the football. I think he'll be toting the rock.
Yep.
All right, getting ready for the kickoff. 7-0 Lions.
All right, Slaughter doing the kickoff duties this week. Kick it high and short. Going to be hit around, and the ball comes loose at the 35. Let's see, Western got it.
Yep, Western got it.
So 1st and 10, Western on their own 35.
Right where they started last time. Also interesting, Dakota Howell is a good running back for Western, and they had him over there in position where that kickoff was, too.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Warriors' second possession of the night. Both of them started doing a 35-yard line.
They picked up 2 quick first downs last time before he threw the interception. And Byron, as you said, instead of going right, he went left and threw the interception. Not quite as much zing on it when you're throwing across your body. Simon calling the signals now. He's going to give it to the back in the backfield with him trying to cut the corner. And he's going to get nowhere. A loss of 3 on it at least, looks like.
Morrow was the back who got the football, and Louisa was all over him.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay, almost like a draw play on that. Quarterback took the snap and looked like he was going to throw, then slipped it in the running back's belly, and Louisa's defense was right on top of it.
2nd and 13 across the way for the Western Warriors.
Simon this time. Let's see if he gets under center. No, he's going to be back. Split again. Wilson moves to center field for the Lions. Dropping back, Simon. Got time, wants to throw. Now he's going to run, and he run right into the man in front of him and got nowhere.
That was a good defensive play by Louisa.
Going to be a loss of a yard.
And Dickie, that play right there was a direct result of good coverage in the secondary. He looked at not one but two receivers, and they were covered, and that made him pull it down and try to run it. That was an excellent defensive play by Louisa.
Looked like Louisa on defense read what was going to happen because two men moved before the snap and kind of got him out of the play.
Yeah, I think Riley was one of the guys there. Eden Riley, and Brooks was the other one there for Louisa. Elijah Brooks.
All right, here we go. Here's those two of the tight ends on this side this time. Dropping back, looking right, throwing right, going a man downfield, and up in the air for the catch, and incomplete, they say.
Wow. Tell you what.
Whew, close, though.
That was close. That was a well-thrown football right there. This guy had just as much chance as the defensive guy to come down with it.
Tell you what, he's got an arm.
Yeah.
We saw that last year.
We saw that last week. Simon's a real fine quarterback.
All right, going back for Louisa would be Beach.
Louisa had excellent pass defense on that play. Excellent. They were step for step with one another.
And let's see, I believe the punter is Emery Pulich. High snap. Almost.
Oh, he did not need to do that. Ran into the punter. And I think this might be roughing, too. And that would be a huge penalty against Louisa. Let's see what they call. What do they call? Roughing or running into? Personal foul, roughing the kicker. That was a bad mistake there.
That was a good acting job by the punter, though, too.
No, Tommy. No. He ran right into the punter.
He moved over a little bit.
No, he ran into him, though. He definitely hit him.
To me, like the young man rushing, he lost his balance a little bit, and he was trying to
Get out of the way.
He was trying to regain him, catch himself, but he'd gotten in no man's land. It was too late.
He plowed right into him. Yep.
Yeah, he definitely ran into him.
Right.
And that's just,
All right.
That's just a boneheaded mistake. Is
Yep.
what that is.
And you thought at first he might have a chance of blocking the punt, the way he broke through the line, but
And with the high snap.
right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, 1st and 10 with the penalty. He's under center this time. Hand it to the back, trying to cut to the outside, cuts it back inside. And good job by Smith bringing him down.
I think that was Morrow again, Tommy. Yep, Morrow, the ball carrier again. He's the guy that's going to get most of the touches, I think, for Western.
He got a yard on it. 2nd and 9. This time. Got a lone, two backs behind him, under center. Going to give it to the first back.
A host of lines, that'll make the stop.
Well, I tell you guys, Louisa is playing tough in the middle of that defensive line. So
Bundrick is there.
they are doing a good job.
And also there is Riley again.
Howell was the ball carrier. He got 2 yards on it.
I'm like you, Byron. Louisa's playing some really tough defense out there.
3rd and 6 coming up. Another big 3rd down play for the Warriors.
Right in the middle of that D line.
Yep.
And we got 4 minutes and 13 seconds counting here in the first quarter. 7-0 Louisa.
Joe Birch is to the left this time. He's rolling left. Simon isn't.
Blocked. Elijah Brooks blocked the pass.
Great job by Brooks coming through there. That sort of pinned Louisa back a little bit deep. Let's hope they don't make any mistakes this time.
You never know about them snaps, too. The last one was high.
4 minutes, 2 seconds left, first quarter. 7-0 Louisa.
Louisa didn't really, excuse me, Tommy. Louisa didn't really have anybody back deep.
Now they're dropping.
Wilson almost hiked it over his head. And a line drive kick. Wilson's going to let it go. Hope it goes in the end zone. And it didn't go in the end. Did it go in the end zone or not?
Nope.
It ain't going to be goal line.
They are that.
Then Tim Webb territory.
That's right. Tommy, we saw somebody else run a 99-yarder beside Tim Webb, too. Remember that? But I can't remember who it was. Was it somebody from Louisa, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because we were saying, I forget when it was now. Yeah. Louisa's going to take over at their own. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Is that what it is? Nope. Going to be a little bit. They're going to say on the 4-yard line, looks like.
Okay. All right.
I think it's further back than that, but
I think it is too, Tommy.
I'm going to put down the 2.
Yeah, I think it's on about the 2. Yes.
Straight up the middle. Got maybe a yard.
He may have got a couple.
Oh, they're going to
They give him 4 yards.
I'm going to give him 3. I think that's pretty good.
I think he was under center.
Yeah. And that's
Quarterback was under center.
And that's a good way to do, too.
Yes, it
because
is.
Get out of that dangerous territory.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the quarterback under center. Wilson was under center, and the offensive line got a good push.
2nd and 6.
Under center again, in the I formation. There's the lines.
This time going to hand it to the back to the outside.
He's got room!
And he's going to be up above the 10, so we'll find out where it was originally spotted.
Well, that was a nice tackle by the Western defensive player because it looked like Louisa had a chance to break one around the left edge that time.
3rd and 1.
All right, 3rd and short for the Lions. This would be a huge first down if they can pick it up.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be a huge first down. Let's see what they do. Under center again, I formation. Man in motion. Get the ball off. They got the first down and more. Out near the 18, 19-yard line.
That's
Austin Talley.
Yep.
Austin Talley.
He's going to pick up actually 6 yards on the play.
Yep. Dakota Howell made the stop for the Western Warriors. 2 minutes and 15 seconds and counting to go here in the first quarter.
Louisa making some wholesale changes on offense.
Yeah, the offensive scheme has probably changed. They're probably going to go from the I formation, quarterback under center, back into the spread.
Yep. And that's what they're doing. Both backs are to his left. Now one of them switches to his right. We got one on the right, one on the left.
And we might either got a penalty or a timeout. Timeout. Timeout, Louisa.
Right.
I think they might have been in danger of the play clock running out.
Yeah, Joe Birch saved a touchdown on that run on the outside there that came up for Louisa with.
Well, Tommy, the one thing that I have been impressed with so far, Louisa, from the opening play, you could just look at them and say they are ready to play. And they have been very physical so far with Western. And I think so far they are winning the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the biggest thing they're doing too is they're winning the turnover battle right now. You don't want the turnovers. And I thought, Dickie, like you said, getting under center down there on the 1 or 2 yard line and moving ahead 3 yards and dust, that's what you need to do.
That's smart, Tommy.
Yes,
I think that is really smart. Yes.
All right, here we go. Not one of them JMU grads who puts that in them, right? Wilson, give it to the back to the outside. There goes Smith at the 20, out to the 22-yard line. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds.
Was that Smith?
Smith or Talley?
First down for the Lions. Lions now at the 30-yard line, just inside of the 30.
They're going to mark
Well, the
it.
guy that's in the backfield now, if Wilson, is Adam Mills, number 4.
Okay. We'll give it to Mills.
And Mills has got it again. And Mills has got a little bit more running room. He's going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards on that carry. Adam Mills is a sophomore. He's been playing more and more. He got 60-some yards rushing against Orange last week, and looks like he's going to become a factor in this ball game tonight.
And Dickie, the thing we talked about at the top of the game was positive yards on first down.
Adam Mills again. Adam Mills another first down. Adam Mills is up to the 43-yard line. Minute 13 to go first quarter. And up until now, long ways to go in this football game. Louisa is dominating this football game.
That was Talley who ends up with 12 yards on that play.
Was Talley?
Yep. And the other thing they're doing, they're eating up time. They're going out from deep in their own territory.
All right, now we got Jordan Smith in the backfield, Tommy.
All right, and the pitch to him, Smith. Smith to the outside, up at the 50.
Yeah, we got a flag.
Yep. Got a holding on Louisa on one of the tight ends.
Yep. That one was pretty obvious. Yep.
Yeah, Byron, you called that right soon as he had it.
He didn't have any choice but to pull the flag on that one. And, you know, to the kid's defense, I mean, Smith kind of ducked inside, then went back outside. So, you know, he was trying to push him one way, but didn't know which way to push him. So, and the defender obviously was trying to move. So, well, penalties are part of the game, guys.
Yep.
You gotta suck it up and move on, right?
Yeah, that was a costly one though, because that took a 1st and 10 and made it a 1st and 20.
All right, here we go. Wilson, Smith behind him. Going to hand it to.
He's going to throw it.
Going to throw. He's going downfield. Got
Intercepted.
And then
intercepted by number 42 for Western Albemarle. And that was Joshua Williams who picked it off for the Western Warriors. Now we've had a turnover each way.
Yep.
Wilson's pass intercepted by Joshua Williams. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Western's going to take over in Louisa territory on the Louisa 44-yard line.
All right, they got it from that deep territory some, but not all the way.
But they started on the 2.
Yep. All right, 1st and 10.
This will probably be the last play of the first quarter.
Simon, under center.
Yep.
Gives it to
Morrow.
Morrow coming back through. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2.
Spellman in on that stop for the Louisa Lions. I couldn't agree with you more, Byron. Louisa's controlling the line of scrimmage. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter, and at the end of one quarter here tonight up in Crozet, it is Louisa Lions 7, Western Albemarle Warriors 0.
And I have Western for 1 yard on the ground and 23 yards through the air, 24 yards through the air. So 25 yards total offense for them. For Louisa, 78, 90, 103 on the ground. Nothing in the air for Louisa. Totally unofficial.
All right, so far, guys, Western's run game has pretty much been between the tackles as far as what they've been trying to do. Louisa shut them down. They're playing very physical. So I kind of look for Western maybe to start attacking the corners a little bit more, the edges a little bit more in this second quarter. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we may see that lineup again of the 2 tall wide receivers and the tight end on one side together and try to get it to one of those tall guys and then head downfield. Second and 9. Second quarter underway. 7-0 Louisa on top of Western. The battle for supremacy.
That's right. Central Virginia.
Throw to the
Simon
outside.
throws it, got his man for a Western first down.
And that's number 34, Aiden Woodson Carver.
Yep. Nice pass by Simon that time. Threaded the needle. And we got a first down Western down in Louisa territory. Or Sweaty put the ball down on the Louisa 32-yard line.
So a 20-yard pass play. There we go. Through the air is where they've been moving it. Going to hand it off over up to
Morrow again. Morrow breaks the tackle this time and didn't get much. Well, he got down from a 32 to about the 27. Chase Miller makes a stop for the Louisa Lions.
Yeah, good to see Miller back in the game.
Yep. Gain 5, 2nd and 5. Guy missed him right at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Yeah, great second effort by the Western running back that time. They had him bottled up at about the line of scrimmage, but he kept those legs moving and ended up with a 5-yard gain for his efforts. So 2nd and 5.
Here's those 3 to the right side this time. 1 to the left. Going to give it to the back coming through. He's going to be about a yard short of a first down.
Morrow again, Tommy.
Picks up 4. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Long 1, short 2.
Tommy, Shiflett is in uniform, but he is standing over on the sidelines. I don't know what he's been in the ball game or not.
I haven't seen him yet. Yeah.
We got a flag down, guys, and a little discussion going on.
All right, let's see what this is. That's it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Louisa.
And that one hurt. That one hurt. Weston got the ball, 1st and 10 on the Louisa 12.
Something said.
All right, in the spread formation. Wide out right, wide out left. 2 in the backfield with Simon. Gives the ball off to, I think it's Morrow again. He's inside the 10, down to about the 8.
Gain of about 5, close to 6. They're going to give him 5.
Yeah. Morrow is the bread and butter man for this Western team. Not a real big guy. Senior, 5'10", 164.
All right, Simon's got the play from the sideline, brings it in.
2nd and 5 from the Louisa 8-yard line.
Little hand signal that time by the quarterback.
Morrow again. Morrow is down right about the line of scrimmage. And Bundrick is the guy getting up off the bottom of the pile for Louisa.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 5, short 5. Another big 3rd down play.
Yeah, this is a biggie here.
Now they in 4-down territory. You think they bring that kicker out?
I'd say it depends on how close they get. If they end up 4th and 4, I think they might kick a field goal.
Taking a lot of time on this play.
He's going to throw it. He's rolling. He's throwing it. He's got his man. He's stopped on about the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Stephen Dean made the big defensive play for Louisa,
short.
Tommy.
Yep. Gain of a yard on the play.
All right.
4th and 3. Let's see what Coach Raymond's going to do. He's going for it.
Nice defense by the Lions that time. They've stiffened down here after that unfortunate penalty. All right, big 4th down.
All right, this is where you're coming. Let's see what they're going to do. Taking a lot of time again.
They go.
I think they're going to call a timeout.
I think they're going to kick a field goal now. Well, they're going to take a timeout, that's for sure.
They're looking to where the ball's at,
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
spotted.
Yep. We got 8.5 minutes to go here before the half. 7-0 Louisa. And so far, it's been 2 turnovers. Western turnover led to a Louisa score. The Louisa turnover has got Western 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. Actually, 4th and about 4, yeah.
And let's see if they bring in Embry Pulich.
He's a good kicker. And Tommy, we were right when we came in the gate. Homecoming festivities. How lucky we are.
We used to only got to see the pretty girls.
That's right.
Every time we went somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah, Louisa's homecoming was in September this year even.
Yep.
All right, here they go. Looks like they're going to go for it. They're going for it. Maybe try to draw them off sides. Look for Birch. Which side's he on, Dickie? He's in the slot.
Yeah.
Now he's in motion.
Yep. That's who they're
And
looking
they want
for.
to throw, and the ball is tapped away.
He caught it.
He
Birch-
caught it. They
Birch
say,
caught it.
where is his forward progress?
They didn't get it. He did not get the first down. The way Louisa was acting, he did not get the first down. And that, no question about that now. Western's defense coming on the field. Louisa defense made the stand that time, Byron.
Yeah, he got 3 yards, basically almost 2 yards and 9/12 of an inch. But it didn't turn around and get the first down.
First down for Louisa.
Ball's on the 3-yard line.
Birch just couldn't turn and go forward. He had got to turn and go backwards.
All right, so this will make the second time Louisa's going to be starting
There goes Smith.
almost in their own end zone.
Smith got the ball out from the shot of the goal line, Tommy. Second and 2, he picked up 8.
He's about ready to break that outside again. Here we go.
Wilson's going to run it himself.
Yep.
And Wilson is going to get the first down.
He's up to the 15. So a gain of 4. 5, 6, 7 actually.
Commander Smith making the tackle on the quarterback, Landon Wilson. Enough for a first down, 1st and 10 for the Lions. Ball on the
Controlling the ball. That's
Yep.
why they were controlling it, and then they turned it over on that interception. But now if they need to control it a little more.
And then
Take
a
time
long, time-consuming scoring drive here.
Ins-
Eat up most of the rest of this first half.
Inside of 7:15 to go in the first half now. Wilson going to hand it to Smith. Smith cut to the outside. Smith at the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50, and out of bounds. No hankies I can see this time.
Nope. A nice run by Jordan Smith, too.
35, 34 yards.
Yep.
If we can just get him to that sideline, they're
Right.
not going to catch him, right?
Right, yep. It's something about the sideline that makes him go. He's like Kyle Larson. Let's play that high groove in NASCAR, right?
All right, Louisa was trying to run a quick play. Weston called a timeout. Weston's second timeout of the first half. And I would have to say that's a good timeout for Weston because they kind of been rocked back on the heels a little bit on defense.
And guys, one thing that I'd like to do, if we can just take a minute here, is I would like to make mention that the passing of Fred Fisher this past week, former coach Mark Fisher's dad. and he was a huge Louisa football fan. So we want to send out our condolences to the family, the Fisher family, and I know that Mr. Fisher and Coach Fisher are together right now, and they're probably watching this ball game. Don't you think so, Dickie?
Yeah, and they got a grandson and a son who's out there playing this football game tonight, Troy Fisher.
Exactly right.
And there's an article on CBS 19 News on Troy this week, today, and so check that out if you got the CBS 19 app. Yeah, Louisa's come with that no-huddle offense a few times this year and really been successful with it.
They tried to do, they were going to run it then, and Weston called a timeout.
All right. I tell you, Bundrick is a big guy, isn't he?
He's playing a really good ball game tonight, too.
Defensively doing great, and he's tight end over here now on the left side. Going to hand it up the middle. Trying to cut it outside.
We got a holding. We got a holding. That's a good run by Jordan Smith, but it's all for naught. Coming back on a holding call. At least I would think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yep. Louisa's got a 15, a 10, a 15, and now another 10.
They're racking up the penalties.
Yep. Sounds like fertilizer. 15, 10, 15.
Yeah.
And Byron, that's something we've talked about all year. The Lions need to soar up those penalties. I think they're averaging like 9 a game, and they also I had somewhere that they last week 8 penalties, 57 yards. A lot of penalties.
All right, they got some of it back that time.
And guys, Louisa's having excellent success moving the football.
Yes.
They're gaining chunks of yardage. But the penalties are hurting them a little bit. So.
Man in motion, but it's going to be the pullback. He gets it, blocking back, and he's going to take it up. That's probably Troy Fisher. There goes a late
we got another flag. Let's see what this one is. This one's in the where somebody said something territory. That's usually what's done. That was a late flag, and that's usually what happened. Somebody said something.
And it went high in there.
Yeah. That's unsportsmanlike on somebody. The question is who. And Louisa is, let's see, we haven't seen the call yet, but I think it's against, we're waiting for the signal.
I think it's going to be against Western. Look like he wants to step forward, but now
they're still talking about it. The referee and the other official. What we got?
Dead ball.
No, personal foul against Louisa.
So it was after the run.
So it was not unsportsmanlike. It was a personal foul.
Yeah. The run ended up getting about 6 yards. Then the dead ball and the foul. That's 2 of them.
Louisa's now back on its own 34.
Louisa's just really hurting themselves with penalties. That's 5 or 6 so far.
There goes Smith up the middle. Smith still going. He's going to pick up about 5.
All right, we got.
Bring up 4th and about 16, 17.
Yeah, they got to punt it. They got to punt it.
4th down.
Lundy
we
comes
got
out.
5:15 and counting to go here in the first half. Louisa's on top 7-0 over the Western Warriors. Man in motion is Mills. Perfect snap. And
Good
a nice punt. Nice punt.
Taken back at the 16, up to the 20.
And he run out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Yep.
Joey Birch. Yep.
Yep.
Let's see where they're going to mark it. I'll mark it at the 24, 23.
He said that. No, it's on it. You're right. It's on about the 23.
Yeah.
On the 23-yard line. That's where Louisa gets it. Louisa's fourth possession. They've started on the 32, the 2, the 3, and now Western starts on the 23.
Yeah, they've been the
Western's
Western's been the
fourth possession.
35, the 35, the Louisa 44, and now they're on 23.
Right.
Simon. Little end around.
Yep. And he is run out of bounds.
Don't throw him down.
And
Don't
they
throw
threw him down. They didn't get a flag.
That was Joey Birch.
Birch was the ball carrier, and over there running him out of bounds, I believe, was Quentin Spellman.
And he ended up only getting 4.5, 5 yards
Yep.
on the play.
Looked like it was going to be a big
Yeah.
play. Louisa defense did a nice job of running it down.
Yep, 2nd and 6. Tell you, Spellman showed some speed there.
He did.
Getting over there for Birch. Louisa playing an unusual defense. Looked like they only got 3 men up on the line of scrimmage.
Simon
gonna roll.
rolls out, jumps up, throws the ball, and it is complete or incomplete? Incomplete.
Incomplete. When's the last time we saw a jump pass?
Intended receiver was Aiden Whitson Carver. Now we're looking at 3rd and about 7 across the way. Louisa needs a stop here. First half running down. We got
What's this defense, Byron?
4 minutes
3,
and 31
4?
seconds.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a hybrid thing. I mean, they've got basically, right now.
Now they've moved more up.
They've got 4 up front.
Going to hand it to Hayden
Morrow.
Morrow.
Morrow's the ball
Yep,
carrier. He goes
Caden-
nowhere. He goes
Caden-
nowhere.
Caden Morrow.
Good job by Louisa's defense.
Yeah.
And that should bring up a punting situation
Yeah.
for the Warriors.
Elijah Brooks in on the stop. Aiden Riley in on the stop. We've called their names quite a few times tonight for the Lions.
Hey, let's don't run into the kicker, guys.
Nope.
Don't jump offside.
No, we don't want to jump offside because it's 4th and about 5.
Yeah. Beach back for the Lions. Good snap this time.
Oh, they coming after. I'm going to tell you one thing. That was a nice catch by Beach because he got hit almost as soon as he got the football. And it's not Beach, I don't think. I think it's
It was
Talley.
Talley, yeah, Austin
Talley. And he got hit almost as soon as he caught the football.
Yeah.
All right, so now, guys, let's think about, we got 4 minutes left in the first half. Louisa, I believe, if memory serves correctly, will get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
This would be huge right now if Louisa can put points on the board.
Yes. Anything.
Before the end, exactly. Any
Yep.
points at all before the end of the half.
All right. Let's drive it downfield.
Wilson and Talley in the backfield. Comfort gets the football. Comfort's up near midfield, Tommy. He picked up about 7 yards. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4 for the Lions. Louisa doesn't need to be in a hurry. They got plenty of time. A little over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Jordan Smith, the ball carrier. He got the first down for Louisa. Nope, Austin Talley, I'm sorry. 15, not 12.
Yep, give him 4.
one thing about Louisa, Byron, Coach Patrick's done a great job of bringing along Talley and Mills in that offense. At the start of the season, it was Wilson and Smith. Now he's got 2 other guys that can run the ball. That's huge.
And he's got Aiden Perry out here wide left this time. He had a touchdown pass a few weeks ago. Here they give it. Wilson keeps it. Wilson to the outside, cuts it back in at the 40. And that goes the flag down.
Carrying the ball, number 7, Landon Wilson. The flag is on the
Against Louisa.
This will be holding.
He's already signaling it's against Louisa.
Holding Louisa. Another 10-yarder.
I bet they got 100 yards in penalties, don't they, Tom?
10, 20, 30, and 45 is 75. 75 so far. On 5. Oh, 6, excuse me.
And Weston's got how many? Any? Weston got any penalties?
None.
And it looks to me like what's going on with these holding penalties is that the Louisa backs they're going toward the hole, and then they're doing the zigzag kind of thing, and the Western defenders are trying to play off of the blockers, which they should, and Louisa blockers are just reaching out and grabbing, and they just got to stop doing that. Silly penalties, and it's really hurting them.
All right. In motion, Smith. Smith gets the ball. Smith the outside at 50, 45.
Run out of bounds. He ran out of bounds on about the 42-yard line. He got a lot of that yardage back, though.
Yep.
All right, we're looking at 2nd down and 8. They got manageable yardage again.
All right, clock still running, too. That's a good thing. Smith in motion again. This time going to give it to the other back there, though. And he's got room.
He got a 1st down.
Is that Mills?
That was Adam Mills, number 4.
Yep. And he's going to get the
1st down.
1st down. He got 8.
1st and 10. Clock running. We got beyond the 2 minutes when the ball is snapped.
The ball is on Western's 34-yard line.
Wilson going to keep it himself. The pass ahead.
Ooh, that was dangerous. I'm going to tell you, that was dangerous. And I'm not so sure he didn't fumble the football. He did. He fumbled it. He fumbled it, and Weston got it. Wilson ran it down the field, and then when he pitched it, I don't think the guy caught it. Weston fell on the fumble.
It was a forward pass, though.
I don't think so. If it's a forward pass, it wouldn't be a fumble.
Right. And that's the thing. He ran up to the line of scrimmage, and the man was in front of him. He threw the ball to the man in front of him before he went over the line of scrimmage.
Now, Wilson ran the ball himself and then pitched it.
Right. Then
he crossed the line of scrimmage with the football.
Then it should have been an illegal forward pass.
It went forward.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the play almost has like an option type look to it. But they got across the line of scrimmage, and it was just a mistake. At that point, he just should have kept the ball.
Right.
Yep.
It was an option type play, it looked like to me too, Byron. That's what it was, an option type play.
They take over at their own 20. Where did they mark it? The 26.
This is a ball game that Louisa has completely dominated, and yet they only up 7-0.
Yeah.
And that is not good when you're dominating the ball game like they are in the first half and you're only up by 1 score.
The 2 turnovers obviously haven't helped, but what's really hurt Louisa is the 6 or 7 or 8 penalties they had.
Now here we go. Birch drops straight back.
Being rushed. Throws it. Incomplete, and he really got the heat on him that time.
Spellman and Brooks.
And number 14 in there also for Louisa. And that is
Claypack.
Claypack. They were in
Claypack.
there. Yep. Claypack was back there too.
Bring up a 3rd and 9.
Well, we got a minute and 3 seconds to go. I'm thinking Weston's going to probably run the football here, and Louisa's going to probably take a timeout because they're going to get the ball back unless Weston picks up 9 yards on his 3rd and 9. The Warriors might air it out. Let's see.
Andrew Steele on defense for the Lions now, too. They got twins to the left, twins to the right.
Weston didn't have a 1 timeout left.
Smith is going to put pressure on, and Smith has got him.
Nope,
With help
not
from the other
Smith.
side.
It's the other guy that got him.
Yep.
Bundrick got the football,
Yep.
but they don't.
They're saying it was a fumble?
No, I haven't seen a fumble signal. Louis is saying they got the football, but I've not seen a referee signal that. Let's see. Is it a fumble? Nope, it's not a fumble. The referee's got 4th down up.
The announcer said it was an incomplete pass. I don't understand. I
didn't think he threw the ball.
I didn't think he did either. Louisa did do the timeout.
Yep.
Louisa calls the timeout.
They brought it back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 9.
It's 4th and 9 now.
4th and 9
Yep.
now. Yep.
Yep.
Very unusual play.
Well, I thought he was sacked, and the guy from Louisa ended up with the football in his hands, which looked like it would have been a fumble, and Louisa recovered, but that's not what the referee said.
All right, 43 seconds left in the first half. They put some pressure on the punter 2 or 3 times now. Do you put the all-out pressure on?
If you're asking me,
Yeah.
I'd try to block your punt.
That's me.
because you don't have but 43
Right now.
seconds. Right, and if you make a mistake and they get 15, they don't
only
have
the
but
40-yard line.
1 timeout left. I'd gamble, but that's me. I'm not Will Patrick.
I think all 3 of us agreeing on that, right?
I'm in agreement right here. You get after this thing. Absolutely.
Actually, now they have moved the marker back, Dickie, and they're saying he lost 5 yards on that play. So they didn't.
Well, it wasn't an incomplete pass if he lost 5 yards.
Incomplete pass,
Nope.
so it's a 5-yard loss on the play to be 4th and 14.
All right, Louisa looks like they're going to play this thing cautious, and
Yeah.
I think they're right. I mean, as far as Weston might try something trickery, not got a perfect snap, and Spellman tried to block it, but he couldn't get that. And let the ball go is smart for Louisa.
Back to the 29-yard line, or 28. Let's see.
Time and punt all the way back to the 28-yard line.
All right, the guy who looked like he tried to block it was Quentin Spellman, but he couldn't get that. He got a nice block.
First and 10 for the Lions.
All right, I think Louisa is going to be content to run the clock out.
All right, they got 1 timeout left.
Yep.
Weston's got 1 left.
And Dickie, I kind of agree with you. If I'm Louisa right here, I'm not putting that ball up.
Nope.
There's no pitches. Just hand it off. Take a chance if somebody pops a run. But don't take any chances with another turnover right here.
And we got
I'm a wild offense. I'm going to do a double reverse and get it in Smith's hand.
29 seconds left in the first half. Let's see what they elect to do.
Smith's in the backfield, in motion.
He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it deep.
Got a man over there, but knocked
Incomplete.
out.
Incomplete.
Yep. You know, it's only the second pass Louisa's tried tonight. One of them's intercepted, and the other one's incomplete now.
They've been smart to run the football because the offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage. The problem is they've had all kinds of penalties that have really set them back. And they've had 2 turnovers.
Maybe now, draw play.
Well, we got 21 seconds. If they run the ball, this is going to be the last play of the half.
Or a shuttle pass to Smith.
I'm like you, Tommy. Get the ball in Smith's hands
Yeah.
and, running the ball.
There it is.
Smith's got it.
30 to the outside, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds.
Okay.
Gonna mark him out at the 40, actually.
Yep.
So
And
a
we
12-yard
got
gain.
13 seconds left.
12-yard gain for Smith on that.
We got another flag. It's another flag on the play.
I think some of these guys learned a new language out there tonight.
Let's see what we got this time. I ain't so sure it's not holding again. Now let's see.
Taking a long time discussing it.
It's against Louisa.
He's pointing
Toward Louisa. They're still discussing it.
Wonder if it's again a dead ball foul type situation.
All right, we're going to get the personal
Nope,
foul against Western.
And then a personal foul against Louisa. Going to be offsetting.
No,
Yep.
I thought the penalty against Louisa was unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. Both of them same way.
Well, Weston's backing up.
You'll mark it one way, then they'll
And then
mark,
they'll mark it the other way.
Since it was dead ball.
Okay.
It was first against Western, then against Louisa.
All right, Louisa got a first down. They're moving the chains, and that's where the ball's going to be when it's all sorted out. But
They still only moved it once. Austin Talley now in the backfield with
now,
Wilson.
All right, here we go. This will probably be the last play of the long first half. Wilson going to throw it. Wilson looking. Wilson running around with it. Wilson throws
Another flag.
it. Incomplete. We got another flag.
And that's the umpire that time that threw the flag, right? Who was 10 yards back from the play.
All right, what we got this time? Illegal man downfield against Louisa.
Well, that makes sense.
Illegal receiver downfield.
Yeah.
He sat there for a long time,
Yep.
looking and looking and looking.
All right, we've got 7 seconds still to go in the first half.
We got time for at least 2 more penalties, Tommy.
I tell you, this is unbelievable.
Yeah,
The penalties.
95 yards now against Louisa in the first half.
Now
Well,
this-
that other one, I forgot the 15 when they came in, so 105. Yeah,
And 1 against Western.
yep.
And that was the offsetting
Yep.
penalty. It really was offsetting. All right, let's see what the Lions do.
How many ticks we got left?
7 seconds.
7 ticks on the clock. My lucky number. Let's go. Perry wide to the left here.
Nope, that is the end of the first half.
All right. They let the clock start back
Right.
up after the penalties.
I'm looking
Yep.
for a penalty flag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just, make sure the half can end.
I think it was an illegal procedure on the clock operator. We have to tell Ronnie Fisher about that. He had to watch those penalties. All right, guys, I'll try to put this together quick and come back with you.
All right. And try to tell you a little bit about who else is playing in the Jefferson District tonight, because this is the biggie. And we got a game, well, let's see. The Albemarle Patriots tonight are down in, no, Albemarle is at Charlottesville tonight. I understood the announcer to say Goochland, but that's Goochland is next week. Albemarle is at Charlottesville tonight. And then we got Monticello. Monticello is a team that's playing Goochland tonight. That game is being played at Monticello. And the Orange Hornets are home to the Fluvanna Flying Flukos tonight. So they're the other Jefferson District games tonight. And we are at another homecoming, as Tommy and I just said. So we've had home. Well, I was at homecoming last week when Western and Albemarle played. So.
All right. Yeah, the Western Albemarle marching band is out performing right now. Great crowd here tonight, Dickie. A lot of folks. Stands are packed full.
It is a huge crowd on the western side. It is a huge crowd on the Louisa side, Byron. The Lion faithful came up here tonight to support their football team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the one thing you can say about Louisa. They travel well, and I know the young man playing on his ball team, they look up and they see those people in the stands, and that means a lot to them. Absolutely.
Yeah, and they needed a big following tonight because I knew it was going to be Western was going to have a big crowd. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So far tonight, Tommy's back there working on some stats, and unfortunately the biggest stat is probably going to be the penalty yards that Louisa's got in the first half. But as far as physically the way Louisa has played, I've been very impressed with them so far. Got a 7-0 lead at halftime, and they've just, we feel like they've just shown really well as far as the line of scrimmage so far. So far so good as far as what the Lions are doing, Dickie.
Yes, except for the penalties, Byron. As we said earlier near the end of the first half, when you've dominated the football game like Louisa's dominated it, you would think you'd be more than a 7-0 lead at halftime.
So when we were driving up here, if I had said to you, I said, okay, at halftime, Louisa will have 2 turnovers and over 100 yards in penalties. Will they be winning the football game at halftime? What would your answer have been? You'd probably say no way.
I would have said no way. Right. No way. Right. But the only drive that they scored on was the first one. That's the only touchdown in this ball game and they scored in 4 plays.
4 plays, about 60, close to 70 yards.
68-yard drive. Yes.
And that was after the one Western turnover. So Louisa converted that quickly into a touchdown, and as we said, Louisa's going to come out and get the second half kickoff, and that could be very important.
Yes.
Set the tone for the second half.
But the one thing Louisa's got to do in the second half, they've got to cut those penalties out. Because if they have 100 yards worth of penalties, which they got in the first half, they have 200 yards in penalties at the rate they're going.
Yeah.
And it's very, very difficult to win a football game when you got 200 yards in penalties.
Yeah. And they had probably 5 holding penalties in the first half, and that's tough when you gain 5 or 6 yards running the ball, but instead of 2nd and 5, you end up with 1st and 20 because of the holding penalty.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Before we begin our ceremony tonight, a big thank you to the Close Creamery
All right.
sponsoring the Awana Spirit Week and Homecoming festivities located in the Piedmont Place.
Tommy is adding up the stats. We don't have any scores to give you. We might get some scores. This ball game was a little late starting, so we'll see if we can get any scores.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you
All right, Tommy, you got the stats all added up for us?
Very unofficial, of course. But for Western Albemarle, Nathan Simon, 2 carries, -6 yards. Caden Morrow, 9 carries, 15 yards. Dakota Howell, 2 carries for 3 yards. Joe Birch, 1 carry for 4 yards. They had 14 carries for 16 yards. On the passing side, Simon was 6 for 11 for 48 yards and an interception. And he had 2 big plays, a 14-yarder and a 20-yarder. And both of one of them went to Woodson Carver and one of them went to Joe Birch. For Louisa, Wilson was 0 for 1 and an interception, no yards. For the Lions on the ground, Smith 10 carries, 138 yards.
Woo!
And they brought back one. No part of it anyway. Wilson, 4 carries, 31 yards. Talley, 3 carries, 22 yards. Mills, 2 carries for 15 yards. And Comfort, 1 carry for 6 yards. So they had 20 carries for 212 yards. 0 for 1 passing, no yards and interception. So 212 total yards for Louisa. 68 total yards for the 64 total yards, for the Warriors. In this, Louisa, 8 penalties, 100 yards.
Yeah, Baron and I were just talking about that. If they do that, they'll have 200 yards in penalties tonight. If they do the same thing in the second half, it did in the first half. And I mean,
I'll take 8 penalties, 100 yards, and win the game 7-0.
I tell you, it's pretty amazing when you give us those stats. Here, Louisa's got over 200 yards, and Western's got 60, and yet the score of the ball game is only 7-0. Yeah. And Baron and I were talking about it while you were figuring it up, Tommy. Louisa scored in 4 plays. That's the only score of the football game, the first 4 plays of the game.
Yeah, and you sit there and you think Smith's got a carry for 34 yards. Yeah, that's great. 2 plays later, you get a 15-yard penalty. It almost negated his carry. So, I mean, those are the things mistakes that you're making. Mistakes that you're making. It's just, I don't know. But as I said, I'll take a W.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that at the end of the ball game, that's going to be the most important stat.
Yeah.
Because who wins the ball game. But I'm sure they're having some discussion in there. Now, here's the thing you got to be careful about as a head coach. The aggressiveness that his team is showing, you don't want that to go away. So you can't harp on them too much about don't do this and don't do that, and they're afraid to touch anybody, then are they going to have the same success running the ball? Maybe not. But they got to they absolutely need to clean it up a little bit and keep their hands in and not be grabbing guys, because there was a couple that were obvious holding penalties.
And most of the penalties have been on offense. As you said, the defense has been spectacular tonight.
Yep.
Tommy, I do have some scores to give us, thanks to that gentleman back behind me who was giving me these scores. Appreciate that. I guess all these scores are halftime. This first one's no surprise. Albemarle 37, Charlottesville 7. Albemarle is a very explosive offensive football team. Orange 13, Fluvanna 7. That's a little surprising. That's still anybody's football game. And this one is very surprising. Goochland 12 and Monticello nothing. And I would have thought Goochland would have probably been putting up more points than that. But Goochland's had trouble scoring all year.
Yep. Well, I hope Western Albemarle keeps having problems scoring in this game, too. But, I mean, Dickie, while you were getting that, I was telling Byron the fact that, Smith got a carry of 48 yards, got a carry of 34 yards, got 13, got 12. But when you do it, and then a play or two later, 15-yard penalty.
That's right.
10-yard penalty, and that's it.
And that's why,
negates it.
With all those yards, that's why Louisa only scored on the first drive of 4 plays.
Yeah.
All the rest of them, they shot themselves in the foot with penalties.
Yeah.
And then also, on top of the penalties, they got 2 turnovers. And they're still winning the ball game 7-0.
Yeah. Yep. Very, very unusual.
Well, Tommy, what did I say when we come up here tonight? Crazy things always happen in Crozet.
And the night is still young.
Yes, it is. It is still young, and we got a whole second half of football in front of us. And this thing could very well get down to the nitty-gritty. I mean, look, you figure that Louisa, are they going to come out in the second half and dominate again? Or is Weston going to make some adjustments at halftime that's going to change things?
And Louisa will get the kickoff to open the second half. That will be another key, as you said earlier, Byron, about the end of the first half. And they didn't take advantage then. Take advantage beginning into the second half, because you don't want Western to have that momentum of, we stopped them on the first time out. right after we got the kickoff.
Yeah, I kind of look for Western defensively to start stepping a couple more guys up into the box, up close to the line of scrimmage in an attempt to shut down Louisa's running game. If that happens, then obviously that opens up some other things, which Louisa will hopefully be able to take advantage of. But I feel like if you're Western, you've got to say, we've got to shut, because they got to be looking at it going,
Right.
We're lucky Louisa's stopping themselves so far. We're not stopping them; they're stopping themselves. So you kind of feel like they're going to walk a couple more guys up to the line of scrimmage trying to shut down Louisa's run game.
You almost got to think, Byron, if you're the Western coaches, I got to stop the run. Let's see if they can beat me with the pass. Because in the first half, when they gain 200 yards on you, you're sure on stopping the run.
Yeah, and I said my stats are unofficial totally anyway, but I thought there were probably more plays, but 21 plays for Louisa, 20 plays for Western Albemarle.
Huh. Yeah, that's surprising,
Very
too.
easy.
So if Louisa had 21 plays at 200 yards, they're averaging almost 10 yards a play, and yet they only got 7 points on the scoreboard.
Over 10 a play on the ground.
Right. And yet they only got 7 points. But the penalties is the difference. Because if you take off the 100 and some yards in penalties, Louisa's only got 100 and some yards.
They got a little over 100 yards in that offense, right?
Yeah. But as you say, the defense, and you pointed this out, Byron, the fact that Caden Morrow, who is their main guy, 9 carries, 15 yards. I mean, his longest carry was 5 yards twice.
Yeah, and he had some big runs last week against Albemarle. He was that go-to guy last week.
I look for them to come out throwing it more, maybe a little screen pass, something to get Birch involved more. Birch has been the guy he's been looking at to throw to most of the time. Birch has 4 receptions by my count. 4 of the 6 that he's completed have gone to Joey Birch.
Louisa's secondary, I feel like, has done a really nice job tonight. Because there were a couple times, they completed a couple passes, yes, but there were also a couple times where the quarterback was rolling the pocket one way or the other, and he'd look at one receiver, he was covered, he'd look at a second receiver, he was covered, and by then the defensive pressure got to him. So a real nice job by Louisa's secondary.
And it looks to me like Louisa's playing a lot of different people now in the defense. Malik Huntington, early in the game, had a big breakup of a pass.
Yes, he did.
All. I saw Steele out there, Andrew Steele on the defense. I saw Nate Gramblin out there on the defense. You see some of these guys who, Claypack has been playing more and more recently, but he was out there most of the night tonight. The main guys you see all the time are the guys like Coleman and Brooks.
And Brooks and Riley's had a really good game tonight, and Bundrick has had a really good game tonight for Louisa.
Yeah, Riley, as you say, is one that name had not been called that much early in the year, and all of a sudden now there he is. And I think the last few weeks of playing so many different players, you may be looking and thinking, hey, I'm going to lose my job if I don't do better.
And the same thing on the offense, because Mills and Talley are contributing a lot more than they would early in the season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mills has 2 carries for 15 yards, Talley 3 for 22.
Yeah.
So that's 37 of those 212 yards right there.
Well, and where that hopefully pays off with the ability to have 3, 4, even 5 guys carry the football, when you get down toward the end of the game, you can have somebody in there, even a couple people in there with fresh legs. That could make a big difference.
I won't mention any names either, but Coach and I were talking during the week at a game and sat there and he said, I got one guy, if he'd ever put forth all the effort, he'd be the best player on the team. But he said, I can't play him right now because he's not doing it. But then the other thing, and I didn't get down to see it, I don't know if either one of y'all did, but the middle school football team scored 60 points in 8-minute quarters.
Yeah, but I haven't seen them either. But I hear the middle school football team has 2 ball players that if they were eligible as freshmen, they'd be on the varsity.
And I heard that 4 of them will be on the varsity next year.
Yeah, I've heard. One thing I'll say about the 8th grade team, I can remember years ago when Floyd T. Benz, over in Culpeper, won out on how many games in a row and beat everybody. What I heard, so I was told this week, Floyd T. Benz was supposed to play Louisa twice. After they played in the first game, they canceled the second game.
Yeah, but I say when you think about that, the last time Louisa had a lot of freshmen on the team, Malik Bell, Raekwon Jones, Joel Whalen. That was 3 of them.
Right.
I know I'm missing somebody because I think it was 4 of them that year too. One of them maybe on defense too. And what was the triumphant that rode to a state championship even though they lost?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
and every 8 or 10 years you have a class of kids that come through. And, I can remember when my youngest son Jeff was playing in the 2016, but that year, they win football, they win wrestling, they were second in basketball, they won the district in baseball. So every so often, Dickie, that you get that class of kids that comes through, and they're just good athletes.
Yeah, some of them girls on the basketball team ready to get on the football field. Bring them
I
on.
believe it.
I tell you one thing, what you're talking about there, you got to give the credit to Will Patrick and his coaching staff. Hey, he has developed these kids on this team.
And Louisa may recruit, but they recruit from within the school. Now, we've heard a lot of other schools doing some recruiting outside the realm of things, but I'll never forget what the other year when they were doing so good and they ended up with a field goal kicker.
Yeah.
And he sat there and he said, I went over to their house about 5 or 6 times during the summer and talked to him and said, you're not playing soccer in the fall. Come on out and try for the football team and kick some. That boy kicked a lot of field goals that year.
Yeah.
I had a very interesting conversation with someone in the last couple of weeks about another program locally that will go unnamed, and they've been having some struggles with their football program, and he said he believes one of the main reasons for that is that none of the coaches are teachers in the school.
Yes.
And you guys know, football coaches are recruiting kids out of PE classes and that type of thing. And it also helps to have your coaches in the school from a discipline standpoint as well, a behavioral standpoint.
Yeah.
So he said he thought that made a huge difference. As this one particular school, none of their varsity coaches were actually teachers in the high school.
Yeah, and it came to mind to me the other night when, I don't know if y'all watch 911 on TV, tape and watch it when we can, but there was an accident and a teacher got hurt, and one of the football players had been picking on the teacher like before the accident occurred type thing, and when they went over and they started working on the teacher to try to get him out from underneath this heavy thing, the boy was still there watching, and he sat there and they said, you can go on now. He said, no. He said, he's my such and such teacher. And the teacher looked at him and said, but you're not mad at me for trying to make you do this and that? He said, Coach, teacher, I wouldn't have been on the football team, stayed on, if you hadn't been behind me, made me bring my grade up to where I could play. He said, I'm here until you get out. And I sat there and I said, that's a teaching moment right there. How a arts teacher, I think is what he was, had instilled into a young student that if you want to play, you got to get the grades.
Yes.
He wasn't giving him any after school 15-minute classes. We missed who the king and queen was, but it wasn't any of us, so we're okay.
Tommy, I'll see if I can get any other scores. This gentleman gave me a few. I got to get to the right state first here, so let's see if I can find what's going on in the state of Virginia. And I'm finding everything but the state of Virginia.
It's still 72 degrees, I know that.
It's a beautiful night for football, no question about that.
All right. Albemarle, Charlottesville, Appomattox, Nelson, Blue Ridge at Atlantic Shores, Brentsville, William Monroe, Catholic High at St. Anne, Fluvanna and Orange, Goochland, Monticello, Louisa Western, Nottoway at Buckingham.
Yeah, that was a big game, and Nottoway's unbeaten. They're unbeaten.
Strasburg at Madison. Madison's got one win this year.
Yeah,
Nelson's got one win this year.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do like you. I'm going to check and see if there's a score stream has got anything.
All right, I'm going to get a few here now, Tommy, maybe.
The invention of the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell, and I tell you, we've used it for everything now.
Yep, Manchester's beaten Midlothian. Midlothian was unbeaten, and Manchester's beaten them 21-7 tonight.
St. Anne's Belfield up 23-0 over the Catholic of Virginia Beach at the half.
All right, Brookville 31, and this Liberty is not Liberty Christian. Now, it may be Liberty of Bedford.
Yeah.
Brookville's beating them 31-0. Coach Joe Meeks. We're going to be starting the second half here shortly, Tommy.
Yeah.
King George, 23. Chancellor, nothing. King George is rolling. Unbeaten Foxes.
Yeah, the Chancellor was unbeaten in the district coming into that game, too.
Well, Strasburg and Madison 7-7.
Trying to see if I can find...
I'm not finding anything that really our audience would be.
Rockbridge 18-0 over Waynesboro. Liberty Christian is winning 35-10 tonight.
Dinwiddie is the number one team in Region 4A, the region Louisa would have been in, and Dinwiddie's beating Petersburg tonight 42-6.
Goochland found their offense.
All right.
42-0 now at the half.
Yeah, well, they found their offense. No doubt about that.
Culpeper losing to James Monroe 24-0 at the halftime. EC Glass 48-0 over Jefferson Forest. Jefferson Forest 0-6 on the year going in. Amherst up on Rustburg 29-13 in the third quarter. 13-7 Orange Fluvanna still third quarter.
Nottoway Buckingham is 20-8. Nottoway. Nottoway's unbeaten. All right, Tommy, we'll get ready here for the second half here shortly.
Patrick Henry Ashland 21-0 over Armstrong.
Yeah, Patrick Henry Ashland's got a really good team.
They're real good, yeah.
Highland Springs beat them 41-28 last week.
Varana doing pretty good too. They're 25-0 at the half over Atlee. Spotsylvania 12, Eastern View 10 in the third quarter.
It's a good ball game.
What was your King George score?
My King George score was 23-0.
30-0 now.
And I scored another touchdown.
Yeah. Lake Taylor. Interesting when I was looking this week on certain things. Lake Taylor was in with Louisa in Class 4. Lake Taylor is down to a 3.
Yeah.
Churchland's down to a 3.
Yep.
They're playing each other tonight. Churchland 29, Lake Taylor 22 in the third quarter.
And Varana beating Atlee 25-0.
Yep.
They're down to a 4, and they used to be a 6.
Yeah.
Thomas Dale beating Hopewell 26-14. That's a big game in the Richmond area tonight. Amelia County over Cumberland.
Albemarle now 37-7.
That was the score I had at halftime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cosby 11-0 over LC Bird.
Well, they might have got a safety. A lot of things could have happened to get to that 11.
Powhatan's been playing good lately, but they're down 20-14 right now at the half to Clover Hill.
That's surprising. I thought Powhatan would beat Clover Hill. All right, here we go. We're going to get back to football here now. The third quarter getting ready to start here in Crozet tonight, and the Lions on top of the Western Albemarle Warriors 7-0. Louisa receiving the second half kickoff in a game that Louisa has dominated, but only leads 7-0.
And back deep for the Lions. Let's see who's going to be back there.
Warriors will kick off to the Lions who start to 7.5
Well, I'll tell you this much. Weston's got a kicker that can get it
Yep.
deep. Matter of fact, he might even put it in the end zone. They have a really good kicker. And that would be Embry Pulich, the kicker for Weston.
All right, here we go. The official let him put it on the tee. He's moving back, getting ready to blow his whistle.
Baron, that was a long halftime, though. A long halftime.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Will Patrick, you don't want that halftime to be that long.
And it was long.
All right. Pulich going to kick it high, kick it down, taking it about the 7-yard line, and then fumbled in front of him. And that's what you didn't want to see, and I'm not sure. I believe Weston. Let's see.
Apparently,
Nope.
Louisa got it back.
Louisa must have got it.
And that could have been disaster right there on the opening kickoff for the
Yep.
second half. If Weston had gotten that ball, that could have been disaster.
Yep, 1st and 10. So the first half, Weston started at the 35, the Louisa 44, their own 23, their own 26. Louisa started at the Louisa 32, the Louisa 2, the Louisa 3, the Louisa 42, and the Louisa 28. Aiden Perry comes wide left. Wilson. Hand off to Smith. Smith cuts it inside at the 25 up to the 29-yard line.
Gain of 6. Second down and 4 across the way for the Louisa Lions. First play of the second half. Looks like the Louisa offensive line got a good push that time, too.
Yeah, I don't mind them pushing. I just don't want them holding.
All right, here we go.
Same formation. Except Smith's to his right this time. He gets it. Cuts it to the outside at the 30, 35, up to the 36-yard line.
First down,
Yep.
Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith is really good at bouncing them things to the outside, and I know he wants to have a big ball game tonight with his big brother Brandon here from Penn State to watch him play tonight since Penn State's off this weekend.
Yep. 1st and 10. Grind it out. This time, Smith is to his right again. Wilson's
keeps-
going to keep it, yep. To 40, 45, midfield, into Moria territory at the 48-yard line.
Byron, one thing that I see that hadn't changed, Louisa is dominating that line of scrimmage.
And I'm going to be just straight up with you guys. I'm just really surprised that Louisa has been able to do that, because that's been since the first play of the ball game.
Yeah.
You know, they just established the line of scrimmage, and they're very physical up front. And it's important, and we said how important this drive is for the Lions. The ball just into Western Territory. There's our first whistle.
And we got a penalty, and I think it's against Louisa. Yes, it is.
So, all right. Didn't take us real long to get the first one, did it, Tommy?
No.
Second half.
But only 5. We're gaining. All right. I believe Steele is out there on offense right now, too. Here we go. Give it to Smith. Smith trying to push it outside.
They got him by the jersey. Not going to get anywhere this time. Guy got him by the jersey was number 12, wasn't it, Tommy?
Yep. Joey Birch.
Yeah, it looked like that time he stumbled a little bit as he was trying to reverse or change his direction to get around the right end. Once he stumbled, it gave the Western defender a chance to grab onto him. So one of the few negative plays for the Lions tonight.
One of the few negatives for Smith all year long. Here we go. 2nd and 16. Going to give it to him again up in middle.
Yep, they got him again.
But he's going to gain about 3 on the play. Maybe 4 even. Yep, going to give him 4.
And Tommy, the one thing that I would like to see out of the Louisa backs, I'd like to see maybe a little bit less
Yeah, juking.
and faking and dancing and
Just
drop
go.
the shoulder and go.
Yep, just go. Put the pedal to the metal.
Here we go. 3rd and long. We'll see if the Lions air it out. Nope. Wilson gets a high snap, runs it right up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards. 4th and 9 from the Western 46. Barron, what do you think? You going to punt it or not?
If I'm the way your defense has been playing, personally, I think I would punt this ball.
Yeah, you're going to give Western, let's see, they're going to go for the first down. They got 4th down and 8 from the Western 46. Here we go. Big play in this football game. No doubt about that. Trying to draw Western offside. That's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to draw Western offside.
Tally out there with Wilson there.
Wilson's going to throw. Dumps it off. Incomplete. Western's going to get the ball on their own 46-yard line. And the Western crowd comes to life over here. All right, let's see what happens. They're going to get the ball in good field position at their own 46-yard line. Then we got to see what kind of adjustments Western made at halftime.
All right, Louisa's defense ready out there.
And really, Byron, when Louisa tried to bounce it to the outside, Western was ready for it.
Yeah, and I don't know.
It might have been time for the fullback up in the middle, the blocking back.
All right, let's see what the Louisa defense is going to do. We got 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And this one has the makings of going down to the nitty-gritty.
But Tommy, there again, even the 5-yard penalty, put them behind the chains,
Yep.
and then on that down, the next down, they lost a couple of yards. So
Yep.
time for the defense to step up again and continue to play well, which they certainly did in the first half.
Simon keeps the ball himself, and he doesn't go anywhere. A whole host of lines stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Steele was playing real tight that time on Jaden Stepp.
Quentin Spellman, one of the lines there. The Louisa defensive line just stopped that play right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Western. Simon getting the play from the sidelines. Joey Birch is way over here on the sidelines. Number 12. Birch is quarterbacking, isn't he?
Quarterback.
Yes.
Birch is playing quarterback.
Right. Birch was the guy that carried the football that time. He's quarterbacking, not Simon. Yep.
Now, I thought I saw somebody on crutches during the halftime.
Birch is a quarterback for Western. Simon's not in there.
And he's going to pitch it over.
He's got running room, too. But he cuts it back and is brought down after only about a 2-yard gain.
That's Morrow.
Wow, and I think the ball carrier didn't make a good decision that time, Dickie. I think it looked like he had the edge if he just kept coming to the sideline.
Claypack was one of the lines in there on that stop. And I'm like you, if he'd have kept coming to the sidelines, he had some running room.
Yeah. It certainly looked like you did from here anyway. But
3rd and 9.
right, so big defense.
Still got Birch in there. Simon's sitting on the bench, Tommy. I see Simon sitting down on the bench over here on that Western bench.
Yeah, and I
And
thought that was him that had crutches during the halftime.
Somebody's over here attending to him, but he's sitting on the bench.
Taking a long time for this play. I'm surprised the play clock hasn't gone off.
Birch rolling to his right. He's going to throw. Being rushed. He's going to run it. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up about 3 yards. That's all he got. And a name we've called a lot tonight gets up off the bottom of that pile. Aiden Riley. And I don't think it's any question what Weston's going to do. They're going to punt it. They're going to punt it.
Here comes Embry Pulich, senior kicker.
And Louisa Wilson's going back now.
But I will say this: if you're Louisa, you can't go to sleep on this. You've got to be awake in case there's any kind of a
Perfect snap. A nice kick. Wilson's going to let it go, and it's going to bounce, and they're going to go down inside the 10.
Yep, to about the 8-yard line, looks like.
I tell you one thing you got to give Weston credit for. 3 of Louisa's drives in this ball game have started inside the 10-yard line, and you got a long ways to go when you start down there.
They're marking it at the 6.
All right. They had one start on the 2, one on the 3, one on the 6.
Yeah, Tommy, the 6-yard line's good field position compared
Yeah.
to the couple starts in the first
I
half.
thought for sure it was about the 8 or more, but maybe it spun around.
All right, we played a little over half of this third quarter. Third quarter's been pretty quick so far. 5:20 to go. Louisa clinging to that 7-0 lead they scored on that first possession of the ball game.
And if you had told me this game was going to be 7-0 mid-third quarter, I'd have said you're crazy.
High snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing it to the outside. Smith got a blocker in front of him, and the blocker, Aaron Smith, goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Jordan Smith.
14 yards on that play.
A nice run. He had a little shake and bake move and got him to the outside.
And you see that blocker that was out there? He just put his hands up and said, I'm not blocking anybody. I'm not going to get called for holding here.
All right, we got another injured player down for Weston.
Yeah, number 18 looks like. And that is Tristan Barretto.
Yeah, and Tommy, to your point, I mean, it was very obvious that the coaching staff has talked to the kids at halftime because you're exactly right. He just, I guess the word I'm thinking of, he disengaged from the block out in the open and just almost kind of backed away.
There is a flag down here now. Holding against Louisa.
We're right back where we started. That's a big penalty there because they'd gotten it out across the 20.
Excuse me. We found this under the bleachers.
Okay. Yeah, these folks in the middle there.
All right. He's up. Barretto is up.
Thanks, man. That was nice of you to bring it up.
Coach Redmond used that as a timeout. Got some water in his players, some hydration. You know, to the outside, cutting it around the corner.
Got it around the corner.
Yep.
All right.
Believe he's going to have a first down.
Yep. Jordan Smith again, Tommy?
Yep.
Bound to be a flag.
They carry him up to the 14, so they only give him 8.
We're looking at second and about 2 across the way.
Steele comes wide to the left here. Straight up the middle. Is that Tally? I think he should have the first down, very close to it. Oh, it says Smith.
All right.
They give him a yard.
Yeah,
That's it.
3rd and 1, Tommy. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Lions. And we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 7-0 Louisa.
That's when I get under center again and go. And that's what he's doing.
Nope, he's not under center. And they didn't get the first down either. He's hit and knocked down in the backfield by Weston. Weston got the big push that time, Byron. A big push. A big defensive play for the Warriors. Big defensive play. And now Louisa going to have to punt from their own end zone.
Well, they'll probably stand around the 5-4. Gonna be close.
And right around the goal line, looks like where he's standing.
And Tommy, I hate to sound like a broken record, but once again, that holding penalty just put him behind
Yep.
the chains.
Took an extra step and got a good kick and got
A
a good
beauty,
bounce.
a beauty.
Joey Birch, though, takes it at the 45, up to 50, and to Louisa territory to the 35-yard line. Joey Birch got a good bounce.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Joey Birch made a great play.
And it was a good return.
Because if he lets that ball bounce, Weston's going to be starting out from their own 30-yard line. He received the ball on the bounce and took it across midfield down to the Louisa 35. And now you'd have to almost think Weston's in 4-down territory. That was a big play in this ball game that Birch just made, because that was a nice punt by Louisa.
He got an extra step going up.
He had a nice
Was
punt.
able to line drive it. They certainly taking a lot of time off the play clock.
All right, Birch is the quarterback. I assume Birch is the quarterback. Yeah, Simon is on the sideline. Birch gives the ball to Dakota Howell. And Dakota Howell is going to get about 3.
Dakota Howell runs the ball for the Warriors.
And Tommy, unfortunately, the guy that you saw on the sideline with crutchers is Simon.
Yep. All right.
2nd and 6.
Going to the right and then moving back to the left is Carver Woodson.
Birch on the handoff to Morrow, and Morrow is hit and brought down after he picked up about another 3 or 4 yards.
Yep. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 3.
Bundrick getting up off the bottom of the pile for the Louisa Lions. And also way down to the bottom of the pile is Quentin Spellman. Nope, I'm sorry, Elijah Brooks. Here's a big play in this ball game now, 3rd and 4. The clock winding down. We'll be near 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 Louisa.
Birch going to have Morrow to his right.
Birch rolling. Birch is going to keep it. Birch has got the first down. Birch is across the 25 down to about the 24. Well, let's see. Let's see what he spotted. I think he got the first down. Let's see if he got it.
I think, yeah.
First down, Western.
He needed 3 and he got 3.
Yep. Ball resting right on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Western.
Folks, again, I have a smartphone up here in the booth.
Minute and 35 and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter. And here come the Warriors up to the line of scrimmage.
Methodical drive for them. Started though in good territory.
Birch hands the ball off to Morrow, and Morrow is hit and dropped after a gain of about a yard.
Really nice job again by Louisa's defense that time. And guys, you got to think at this point, and I don't know what this young man's capabilities are as far as his quarterbacking, but it's not the starting quarterback, so you have to think Western's going to want to run the football if at all possible, and not put the pressure on him. So.
2nd and 9.
He's an athlete, Byron. Like you said, he wrestles, he plays baseball, he plays football.
Absolutely.
Birch rolling to his right. Birch tries to cut it in, gets nowhere. Maybe falls forth for a gain of about a yard.
Took the direct snap.
That was Dean.
Yep. Stephen Dean and on a stop. And we're looking at 3rd and 8 across the way. And this will be the more than likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Matter of fact, they aren't going to have to run a play here unless they want to. And they may decide, I don't think they're going to run a play. We got 10 seconds to go, and the clock's running. I don't think they're going to run anymore. I think that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Yep, they won't get it off. And the score here in Crozet tonight at the end of 3 quarters, Louisa Lions 7, Western Albemarle Warriors, nothing. And the top two teams in Central Virginia got one more quarter to decide this thing. All right, Western's got it down close. Louisa defense is playing outstanding football, no doubt about that.
All right. Line 7-0. I just the score just befuddles me.
So
I don't use that word very often.
you might have lost the couple bucks on the over/under score, Tommy.
Yeah.
You might have lost a couple dollars on the over/under score.
Yes, indeed. All right. Now Western is going to be headed toward Louisa. They're going east.
Yeah, and the other thing you have to wonder, if they got third and long, fourth and long, they might try a field goal.
Yeah.
They got a good kicker.
Both teams have used the clock because I say it's been very few plays. You know, you think of how games go. Louisa in this half has had 9 plays. Western Albemarle's had 9 plays.
Well, the reason the first half was so long was the penalties.
Yeah.
But this half, it hadn't been many penalties, and we had a fast third quarter.
Yeah, but what was it I told you? Louisa had 21 plays to 20.
Right.
Now they're both 9 and 9.
Right.
So it's 30 to 29 right now. And this is going to tie it 30-30.
And I think if you're Louisa here, you've got to be on the lookout for some play action type of activity here on the half part of Western.
All right, here we go. Western's got 2 backs back there with Birch. Wide out right and a wide out left.
Yeah, Birch's best receiver. Birch is the quarterback.
That's right. That's right. Birch is going to throw. He's looking. He got a screen pass set up, and he's got it. And he doesn't get anywhere. And that's Dakota Howell.
He went backwards,
Yep.
actually. That was again, Byron. If he'd have gone forward, he'd have got a couple more yards.
Jordan Smith was in on that stop for Louisa, and now they're looking at 4th and 10 across the way. He actually lost 2 yards. 4th and 10. And they're going for it.
Maybe.
Well, no, they're going to kick a field goal. They're going to try a field goal, I believe. They're putting a lot of new people in there. Yep, they're going to try the field goal.
Taking a long time.
And it's going to be a long one. It's going to be ball put down on the 33, a 43-yard field goal. 43 yards. That's a long one.
Why hasn't the play clock run out on this?
All right, 43-yard field goal. Here we go. Still waiting.
Again, they still haven't put the ball in
All right,
play.
now the ball is down. Kick is up. And the kick is
No
good. 43-yard field goal is no good.
That play clock was about a minute and a half long that time.
43-yard field goal is no good. And Louisa will now get the ball on the 20-yard line.
All right, so guys, think about this now. Western started that drive on Louisa's 35-yard line,
Yeah,
and we just dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
yeah,
So,
yes, we did.
They're marking it at the 25.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's where they're marking it. They're marking where the line of scrimmage was when he kicked the field goal. That's the 25, because it was he kicked it from a 33. Handoff, and he goes nowhere. Matter of fact, he fell down.
On the ball, Tyler Walton.
And that was
No game. Second loss on the play. Second on 11.
2nd and 10.
Tyler Walton, who was in the game.
And that's his first carry of the year.
Yep.
Glad to see him back out there. 2nd and 10. This has turned into a defensive struggle. No question about that. Wilson gives the ball off again to Walton, I believe, and Walton may have gained a yard or 2.
Adam Mills.
Nope, Adam Mills, the ball carrier that time, Tommy, not Tyler Walton. gained 2 yards. Third and nope, got more than 2, Tommy. Why do you mark it down? Give him 3. 3rd and 7 across the way for the Louisa Lions. We're under 10 minutes to go in this one, Byron. 7-0. Louisa clinging to that 7-point lead they've had since early in the ball game.
Here we go. Wilson's going to keep it. Wilson up the middle. Wilson's got room.
Got it.
Wilson's at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, inside the 10, 5.
Still on his feet.
And down to the 1 yard line.
A great run.
Touchdown. They say touchdown.
Touchdown! Landon Wilson, touchdown, Louisa Lions.
And no yellow hankies for once.
All right, Landon Wilson. And he went 73 yards, Tommy.
That's good by me. Oh, baby. You got to love it.
Landon Wilson, a 73-yard run. And it came with 9:21 to go in the fourth quarter.
And here comes Lundy for the extra point try. High snap, ball down, kick up, looks good. It is good.
All right, Lundy kicks the PAT,
So, Tommy, that
and the
run
Lions
was
go up
very
14 to nothing.
Because Wilson broke through and then went toward the opposite sideline, and it looked like 2 Western players had the angle on him and were simply going to bump him out of bounds. And it even looked at one point like I thought he was just going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, now, to me it looked like he slowed up and the 2 Western guys ran to each other.
And then he reversed his field and went
Right.
down the field again. And then he just, as they finally got to him, he kept spinning and turning and twisting.
Right.
And he got a little help from his friends, too. A couple of his teammates got down there and helped him at the end, too.
I'll tell you what, that was...
That's one heck of a run.
It was that.
That's the
No,
play
he's
of the
going to
week.
That was
Yes.
just what the doctor ordered there.
That is the play of the week.
They needed that in a bad way.
Yes, they did. Now Louisa has a little bit of breathing room, up 14-0. With 9:21 to go in the football game.
And with Nathan Simon out,
Yeah,
and Birch, his best receiver, having to be the quarterback.
right. Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's any doubt that makes a difference in this football game. Yes.
All right. Slaughter is going to kick off. He's tried some long, a couple of them. Let's see what he's going to do this time. If he goes left or he goes right or he goes straight.
And Tommy, that's a great point you made there, and I really hadn't thought of that, but the young man that's having to fill in and play QB, quarterback for Western, is their go-to receiver.
Yeah.
Although I have seen a few times a quarterback threw passes and caught their own pass.
Yeah.
That's not really going to help.
I used to do it in the backyard all the time.
All right, here's a kickoff. And it is Birch with the football. Down the sideline goes Joey Birch. Run out of bounds about the 45-yard line.
Joey Birch is a player.
And you would almost think now Western is in 4-down territory.
Athlete of the week.
Joey Birch.
Was Joey Birch.
Yep. You'd almost think Western's in 4-down territory now the rest of the night.
Oh, I don't think there's much question about it. I mean, they've got to score at least twice to get themselves back in the game. So, and the way Louisa's moving the ball, I think Western's looking at it like they got to produce points every time they have the ball from here on out to have a chance to win this football game.
All right, let's see if they're right out here. Birch, the quarterback.
Got Morrow behind him.
Yep, he's going to throw it. Throwing it down the field or incomplete. Intended receiver. All right, 2nd and 10 for Weston. And you have to wonder, you know, how many snaps Birch is taking this week in practice, you know, to be quarterback in this ball game, too. Especially when he's that number one wideout.
Yeah. But that's the thing about being an athlete. Now look for him to run too, some.
We got movement. Now let's see.
Yeah.
I think it's on Weston. I think Weston moved before Louisa moved. Yep, it's on Weston.
Their second penalty of the night.
Everybody's pointing at each other, but I think they're going to back Western up 5 yards.
Elijah Brooks, Aiden Riley, Quentin Spellman, right in the middle of that Louisa defense. What a ball game they played tonight. Bundricks had an outstanding game too over here on the end.
As you said, Dickie, the big thing, Riley, Aiden Riley. You called his name all night long.
Yes. All right, Birch pitches it back. And he's going to try. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's Morrow, and that's Western Albemarle's top running back right there. And Louisa has really shut him down tonight. He had a big game last week against Albemarle. And we got a Louisa player down. And I believe it might be a Charlie horse problem. Let's see. A cramp.
Is it Elijah Brooks? No, that's Brooks.
I'm not sure, Tommy. I thought I got the number, but I want to be sure before we. And hopefully he's going to get up and go off the field on his own. Let's hope so.
Yeah, you got to broadcast last week and Spellman's TD.
Yeah.
How was that? How did the big man like that?
He liked it. He lined up a tight end. He was wide open in the end zone.
Yeah.
Wide open. Spellman's played a great ball game tonight. Those top three on that Louisa off defensive line have really been outstanding. And we've called Bundrick's name a lot tonight, too.
Bundrick's been growing all year, looks to me like, too. He's a whole lot bigger than when he first started.
All right.
Yeah, but I would clearly say that as a unit, at least for my money, this is the best I've seen Louisa play all year.
Defensive, yes.
Unit.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. This is definitely the best defensive game Louisa's had the whole year. Yes.
I think Coach got into their minds. I think he sat there and said they want nothing better than to take it to you.
All right.
Get them motivated.
He had them motivated. He had them ready to play. Will Patrick had them ready to play. Great preparation by Louisa.
I mean, we still got 8 minutes, 55 seconds. Is that what it's saying, Dickie? I can hardly get around the corner.
Oh, yeah, 8:55, Tommy.
There's a lot of ball game to be played.
Yeah. We're still attending to the Louisa player out down the field. We're not exactly sure. I think Dr. Southall's out there. Lloyd Runnett is the acting trainer. I don't know where Lloyd is here tonight because he. All right, he's getting up. And it's Jordan Smith.
Jordan Smith. Yeah, it looks like maybe a Charlie horse, as you say.
Yeah, let's hope so. He's walking off the field. Yeah. And the one good thing, we got to get through this ball game first. But the one good thing is Louisa gets a bye week next week, so it's 2 weeks before they play again. But when they play again, it's Albemarle up there.
Remember your son's wedding reception. Bye, bye, bye. Little instinct.
All right, Birch. Gonna throw. Looking. Being rushed. He's sacked in the backfield.
And the fumble. It was a fumble. The official threw the fumble little bag out. Weston must have got it back.
Brings up 4th down.
A loss that time of about 9 yards.
Yep. Again, it was that defensive line that just broke through. Weston going for it, 4th down, and this is nope, they're going to punt it. They're going to punt it with 8:35 to go and down 14-0. They're going to punt it.
And if I'm Louisa, I'm not putting anybody back deep, although if someone is going back there.
Wilson's going back, I think.
And again, you give credit to the guys in the secondary.
It's Beach, I think, Tommy.
they're in the defensive front and the line.
All right. Low snap. Gets it up off
Not
the
a good
side
kick.
of his foot.
Not a good kick
and the
at all.
Louisa player gets it. He can run with it, right? Or did they blow the whistle ahead of
They
time?
blew the whistle.
They blew the whistle. They blew the whistle. I wonder if he didn't put his knee down on the ground when he fielded the punt. Let's see. Nope. What we got?
Illegal substitution, Louisa?
Yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. All right.
That's a 5-yarder,
That's
right?
a 5-yarder. So that ain't going to make a whole lot of difference because they got 4th and about 25. Now they got 4th and of 20. And Beach is the guy that's deep for Louisa.
Well, we're only 20 yards in penalty in the second half. Do I hear 30?
High snap, half it over his head. And he's down. Louisa going to get the ball on the Western Albemarle 12-yard line.
Yeah.
Hiked the ball over the punter's head, and he went back and fell on it. Didn't try to kick it. And Louisa takes over on the Western 12.
I think he probably should have seen peripheral vision. Nobody was that close to him. He'd reach down, pick it up, and try to get it off somewhat.
Yeah,
But he didn't. He just fell on it.
I know.
Yeah, and you know, that goes to probably he's been told 100 times when that snap goes over your head, just get to it and
right.
get on it and get down. You're right. In that specific instance, Tommy, I think he did have time to even take a couple steps and get it off.
Yep. Louisa takes over at the Western 12-yard line.
Wilson.
This could be the nail in the coffin
Yep.
right here.
Yeah, I think it could. It easily could be.
As we get ready for Halloween.
Wilson gives the ball off, and that might be Walton carrying the ball. Nope.
No,
Tally.
Yep.
Austin Tally. And he picked up about 2, 2nd and 8 across the way. Louisa wants to keep that clock running. And right now we got 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this football game. 14-0 Louisa.
All right, Tally is in the backfield with Wilson. Fisher is a blocking back. Let's see if they give it to him. Nope.
Give
Gonna
the ball
give it
off
to
to Beach. Beach cuts it in, and Beach is down around the 5-yard line when he's brought down. Dakota Howell in on the stop for the Western Warriors. And we're looking at 3rd and about 4 across the way. 3rd and 4.
Tommy, of course, you know, the 6 points is what we want here, but you know, even if they have to settle for a field goal, that puts you up 3 scores.
Absolutely.
Tally, the football, and Tally is down close. See where they mark it. I don't think he got in. I don't see a touchdown signal, but he's close. Well, let's see.
Somebody said touchdown.
Louisa thinks it's a touchdown, but I don't know that
it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown. Austin Tally.
Takes it in from 7 yards out.
Yep, about 7 yards out. And it comes with 6:36 to go in the 4th quarter. The 7-yard run by Austin Tally.
Lundy with the extra point try. They're going to keeping the ball and going in for the 2-point conversion.
He didn't make
it.
He didn't make it.
Nope. Alex Prophet. That almost looked like it was designed, though, because it wasn't a high snap or anything.
All right. The run is no good. And the score is now 20-0 Louisa. All right. All right. 20-0 Louisa. And I would have to say, Byron, this is surprising for the Lions to be up 20-0 over Western here late in the ball game here. It's midway through the 4th quarter is where we at.
Yeah. I mean, I came up here thinking Louisa's going to have to play a near perfect game to have a chance to win this ball game.
Yes.
I mean, based on information that I'd gotten on you know, how Western has been playing and the strength of their schedule. And again, you know, to our point, with, you know, 2 first-half turnovers and double-digit penalties now for the game, and they've just overcome it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm obviously very pleased, but I'm surprised because of it.
Yeah, they've dominated this football game from the start to the finish.
Yeah, they really have. And I mean, it starts with the guys up front.
Yes.
I mean, we just have owned, the Louisa players have owned the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Yeah, and we've made 3 big mistakes and not have to pay for them.
Well, the ball, I guess, went out of bounds. Western never fielded it. It bounced around over there, and I assume it went out of bounds. And Western's going to take over. And let's see where they're going to take over at.
Should be good field position. Going to be the 35 no matter what, but
That's where it's going to be, I think, on the 35.
well, no, they put it back to 32.
All right, let's see where they end up putting the football down. Yep.
Appomattox 71, Nelson nothing. The big one, not away in Buckingham.
Yeah.
26-8, not away.
Are they going to take the ball on the 32-yard line? That's where they're going to get it. All right, Birch, quarterbacking. Gets the snap, gives it off to Morrow, and Morrow is up across the 35, up to the 36-yard line. And a host of players down on the ground here. Spellman getting up for Louisa. And Brooks also getting up off the ground for Louisa. That may be Western's biggest gain of the night just about time. He gained 7 yards. Morrow's a good running back. Had a really good game last week against Albemarle.
If he got 7, it was.
Yep, 2nd and 3 across the way.
Goochland found the screw, 55-3 over Monticello. JM's getting better, 38-7 over Culpeper.
All right, Birch rolling out. Birch being pressured. Birch throwing the football, and it's almost intercepted.
Huntington again.
Yep. Huntington once again for Louisa, almost coming up with the INT.
EC Glass 48, Jefferson Forest 7. Amherst got a big win over Rustburg over the head by 20-some points. Orange 20, Fluvanna 7, the final, Dickie.
Orange victorious tonight over the Flying Bluecos. And I'm sure Albemarle beat Charlottesville bad. They were winning 37-7.
And Dinwiddie blowing Petersburg out 49-6.
All right, 3rd, and we'll call it 3 across the way for Western.
Spotsylvania beat Eastern View 18-16. Here we go, Birch under center. Tripped as he was handing off.
And he didn't get the first down. He didn't get anywhere. Stopped him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Dakota Howe was the ball carrier.
Going to be 4th and about 4.
Yep. Jordan Smith's back in the ball game for Louisa. That's good to see. Yep. 4th and 3 for Western as the clock runs down here in Crozet tonight. We'll be under 5 minutes when the ball is snapped. 20-0 Louisa.
King George remains undefeated, 37-0 over Chancellor.
Birch pitches the ball back, and he got nowhere. Louisa's defensive linemen all in the backfield there.
Landon Wilson was the first man up there.
Brooks, Elijah Brooks, getting up off the bottom of the pile too.
Yeah, that was just a plain old jailbreak by the Louisa
Right.
defense on that one,
Yes.
guys. I mean, they had
Yes.
4 or 5 guys in Western's backfield. That play never had a chance.
All right, Louisa takes over on the Western 36. 51-14, Albemarle over Charlottesville.
All right. Louisa takes over on downs. To Western Albemarle 36.
And let's see who we got in the backfield with Wilson, Tommy.
All right, guys, get the play off.
Wilson gives the ball off.
That looks like, is that Mills? Let's see.
Austin Tally, number 15.
Austin. Now we got another flag. Oh, was that the football they tossed? That was a football.
they tossed.
I'm sorry, that was the football they tossed.
I know
not
you
the
got a
flag.
dirty one in front of you. We'll give you that.
Tally picked up 6. 2nd and 4 for the Lions. Clock running. Be under 4 minutes when the ball is snapped in this one. Louisa in no hurry.
Love the helmets tonight. Nice, shiny, green and gold.
Yeah, Louisa did a good job of using the clock. Wilson, Beach in motion. And this direct snap goes to Adam Mills, and he's close to a Louisa first down. Mills is down to the 26.
Should be a first down, but they're not moving the chains yet.
Well, let's see. It's going to be close. And looking across the way, first down, Louisa. Wilson getting the play from the sidelines, and once they start the clock back up, we'll be down close to 3 minutes when the ball is snapped.
Louisa's faithful that made the trip. Going to ride home happy tonight.
Yes, no question about that. And a whole lot of Louisa fans are going to go back down 64 happy tonight.
And the traffic may not be as bad as coming up.
And Tommy Nelson's going to be driving home.
All right.
All right.
Fisher, the blocking back.
They're working that clock. They did a great job of working the clock. Beach is in motion. What we got?
I think 2 people moving.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
All right.
That's only 25 in this half.
Bundrick is. All right. And the Lions are now looking at a 1st and 15.
Western moved up to Division 4 this year.
That's right. They're in the same region as Louisa, in the same division as Louisa.
And Orange is a 4 now,
Right.
not a 5. Albemarle remained a 5.
That's right.
Goochland moved up to a 3
Yep.
and got in the district.
And everybody else in the district is a 3.
Yep. There comes
Wilson keeps the ball. Wilson keeps the ball. Wilson runs out of bounds down around the 17-yard line.
So from the 26 to the 17.
Gain of 9. Well, they got the ball down where it's close to a first down.
They're saying first down.
Well, they haven't moved the chains. They have not moved the chains.
Now the stick man is moving. They're just going to give him 9. Okay.
Yep. Now, nope. Now they're going to move the chains, Tommy.
Okay.
They're going to finally move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 15 for Louisa. Snap. Wilson keeps the ball again.
Ooh.
And he is knocked down. He slipped and fell, actually, or dove to the ground, and he was hit there by Western. 34. Aiden Carver Whitson made the stop. And we'll be under 2 minutes when the ball is snapped. 2nd down and about 14.
Guys, the most important thing here is that clock.
Yep.
Yes.
Keep on ticking.
Keep
Wilson's
on
in the
ticking and
backfield.
Weston
Mills
ticking.
is in the backfield with Wilson.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Wilson keeps the ball out to the right. Wilson down around the 10-yard line, and he's finally stopped down there.
Going to mark him at the 14 actually now, and so it's going to be about a 3, 4, 5, 6-yard gain. I'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Let's see. I'm seeing where they got
No, it's going to be more. It's going to be about a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, 3rd and 8.
Only gave him 4.
2 more plays is going to end the ball game. All right. Yep, they'll end the ball game in 2 more plays, I think. This one and 1 more should end it.
So they can just go on it on 4th down.
Yep. All right. Man in motion.
Blocking back to Fisher. Fisher's
in, touchdown.
Yep.
They weren't looking for that. Right up through there went Troy Fisher for a touchdown.
From the 17-yard line.
Yep, let's call it that, Tommy. 17-yard run by Troy Fisher. All right. And we have 41 seconds to go in this one.
That was a fitting end to a game. His grandfather died. His dad used to be the coach, had cancer and died. And there, he's out there, this young man, taking it in for the touchdown in the
There's
game.
a whole lot of stuff happening with that, Tommy. You're right. And that's got to bring a smile to your face if you have anything to do, know anything about Louisa football. That's gotta make you happy right there.
Yep.
27-0.
Tommy, has he had any other carries? Fisher, did he carry the
That's his first time tonight. First time all night.
He didn't have another carry? I thought
Nope.
Fisher had another carry.
No. I had him 0. I could be wrong. My wife says I am quite off.
All right.
I thought I did one thing right.
27-0. And I would have to say this is a shocker.
I think the nothing is a shocker.
I think there'll be some people that'll look at this score and kind of do a double take on it.
Right. Right. Yeah, this is a shocker for Louisa to come up here and beat Western 27-0 tonight. All right. Now this shapes up the Jefferson District into a real race because Weston's got a loss, Albemarle's got a loss, and Louisa still got to play Albemarle. So,
Someone told me this week, said this will show what Louisa's made of.
exactly. I couldn't agree with who told you that more.
All right. Short kick going to be taken at the 48-yard line of Western Albemarle. They'll take over there.
And we got 41 seconds to go in this one from Crozet tonight. The Lions have a bye, do not play anyone next week, and we got 2 weeks to set the stage for the big one with the Albemarle Patriots up in Charlottesville. And that will be another biggie. Because that will be the one that may be the deciding factor in who wins the Jefferson District regular season championship. And also will play a big part in Louisa's seeding in their region, too.
Absolutely.
And the higher seed they get, the more home games they got a chance of getting.
Right now, Western has run 40 plays. Louisa's run 38 plays.
That's about as even as it usually gets.
Yeah. It was kind of even last week against Orange. Even. There we go.
I think that's Shiflett with the football. I think. Yep, that's Bubba Shiflett.
So he did get to play.
Yep. I think they may have just put him in. But he did get in the ball game. But most of the time he was on the sidelines, what we saw.
He's going to gain 2.
All right, and this will be the last play of the football game in all likelihood. 27-0, a huge win for the Louisa Lions tonight over the Western Albemarle Warriors. Western suffers their first loss of the season. Yep. And there goes Bubba Shiflett. And that's going to be the football game tonight from Crozet. A huge win for the Louisa Lions tonight. Hi, Byron. Tommy going to add them up. The unofficial stats. All right. All right, the coaches
Tommy's going to work on his numbers.
Going to meet out here in the middle of the 50-yard line. The players won't be meeting, but the coaches are going to shake hands after this one. I think Landon Wilson came over and shook hands with Coach Raymond. And, well, I've already said it, Byron. This is just a real shocker to me. A real shocker. And now I'm going to tell you something. Landon Wilson's over here, and I think Simon on crutches is the guy he's talking to. And that's a good sportsmanship there.
Yep, absolutely it is.
And Coach Will Patrick's also coming over here and shake hands with Simon. Yes, really glad to see that. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good to see. You know, we've talked about it before, Dickie. We talked about it some even coming up here tonight. There has been some things that have happened in this rivalry over the years that haven't been particularly good. And it's just nice to see good sportsmanship like that.
Yes.
Because that's really what it's all about.
Yes.
To your point, Dickie, I would never have thought that Louisa would win this game 27-0. I just wouldn't have thought it. And you know, I really thought that, okay, for them to have a chance to win this game, they got to play perfect. They got to play well.
Byron, I never would have believed it either. I never would have believed it. And you and I talked about it coming in before we come in the gate tonight about, you know, this thing. Louisa's really going to get a test tonight. I don't know whether they can hold up to Western Albemarle or not, and but they did. I mean, to me, all the credit goes to the Louisa, the coaching staff. They had them so ready to play tonight, and not only that, but the kids performed. The coaches laid out the game plan, and the kids carried it out to perfection.
The physicality of Louisa's team tonight, just from the opening play, they were here. They were ready to play.
Yep.
And you know, we said it numerous times during the broadcast. They just controlled the line of scrimmage from the get-go on this thing, and that was, in my opinion, that was the difference in the ball game. And what Louisa was also able to do was to get positive yardage on first down plays. The penalties hurt them, but as far as they're moving the ball, they were able to get 6-7 yards on first down plays, and that was key to them being able to move the ball.
Well, one thing, Byron, that I had thought about this week, I said, well, I don't think Louisa is played to the caliber of Western. I saw Western play last week. But I said, Louisa may have played down to the caliber of their competition. And tonight, we're going to see if they can play up to the caliber of that competition, and they certainly did.
Absolutely. But to your point, too, I mean, you know, credit to the coaching staff because they definitely had Louisa prepared. They had them ready to play. When they stepped onto the field, they were ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, in a way, I'm sure they got a lot of momentum coming out of this game tonight. And maybe they'd say, I wish we played Albemarle next week. I wish we didn't have a bye. But on the other hand, that bye gives them 2 weeks to get ready for Albemarle. And also, if they got any nicks and bruises or injuries from this, it gives them 2 weeks to heal up, too.
Yeah. And you know, the coaching staff, I'm sure Coach Patrick has already made the decisions on, okay, is he going to give them a couple of days off? What's he going to do? And he's figured all that out. He knows his team. He knows what they need. Yep, you're right. Sometimes you play a good game like this, and you want to say, we don't want to take any time off. We want to keep right on playing. But I think at this point in the season, it's just like, Chase Miller's a good example.
Right.
It gives him another week now to get healed up.
Thank you. Thank you.
So hopefully he can do that. Absolutely.
One thing I would say about that game in 2 weeks, I think Albemarle is a really good football team. I think if they get Ebenezer McCarthy, their top running back, it's going to really boost them, because I know Coach Isaacs, from some of the comments that I've read about him, he thinks Ebenezer McCarthy is a Division I running back. And the 2 games that I've seen Albemarle play against Orange and Western, McCarthy was unable to play. I was told that he had a bone spur. And whether he'll be able to play in 2 weeks or not, I don't know. But he's going to make a big difference in that Albemarle team if he can play.
Yeah. Well, we said at the beginning of the game that this was really the beginning of what we termed Louisa's second season.
Yes.
And they got the season off to a really positive start.
They certainly did. No doubt about that. Like we said, it's going to be a nice ride back down 64 tonight if you're a Louisa Lion fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
I'm very unofficial.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, Hill. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Smith.
Fellas, you listen to this, you're going to think maybe 21-0 wasn't what it should have been. Western Albemarle, 29 carries, 39 yards. 7 of 13 in the air, 49 yards. A total of 88 total yards.
That's unbelievable, Tommy, to me. That is an unbelievable stat right there.
Louisa, here comes the unbelief. Jordan Smith, 17 carries, 192 yards. Landon Wilson, 10 carries, 135 yards and a touchdown. So 73 of it came on that touchdown. Tally, 6 for 38. Mills, 4 for 22. Comfort, 1 for 6. Walton, 1 for 0. Beach, 1 for 5. Fisher, 1 for 17 and a touchdown. 41 carries, 425 yards.
They averaged almost 10 yards a carry. Yes, that's amazing. Amazing. And Western Albemarle was a team that hadn't given up but 9 points. Average giving up 9 points a game.
Louisa had more in penalty yardage than Western Albemarle had in total yardage. Even did it in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half. Right.
But it's just remarkable. Now, my addition may be wrong, or numbers may be down wrong, but 425 yards on the ground against this Western team.
Yeah. And I think you've given the stats, but I'm going to signal out 4 guys that I think deserve a lot of credit for what Louisa did tonight. Jacob Bundrick, Elijah Brooks, Aiden Riley, and Quentin Spellman, the way they controlled that line of scrimmage. And a lot of them was in there both offense and defense. And Louisa controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And beginning of the game, here I am thinking Louisa's going to have to be able to get some yardage passing the football to help open up their running game. They didn't need it at all.
Well, and you said one thing before the game, too, about the defense. And it really, you said they've got to hold the line. They got to keep them from coming across. They did exactly that. I say it's still, to me, just 41 carries, 425 yards.
Wow.
Now, of course, 73 came on one big play, 48 on another, 38 on another, and all too, but still.
Yeah, average.
And you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players carrying the ball.
And you had 100 and some yards in penalties.
Yeah.
And he still had 400 and some yards of offense.
100 and, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25, 125 total.
All right.
Yep.
All right,
Heck of a
final
win.
score once again. Louisa 27, Western Albemarle nothing. Tommy Nelson, Dickie Purcell, and Byron Melhalf, and Andrew and his crew. Appreciate it, everybody, for listening in. We'll have a week off next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
And that'll be another biggie when they play the Albemarle Patriots in Charlottesville.
We'll go to the old box. and be ready
right.
to bring it forth.
Right.
All right, once again, final score, Louisa 27, Western Albemarle nothing. Y'all stay safe, stay careful, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everyone.